I'm gonna.
Oh, it's still real to me. Damn it, guy is here.
Doug
Really?
Doug got it.
Don't ask why that photo was
Thank you,
there.
sir.
I'm sorry.
Tim.
Thank you.
I know why it's there. Sure.
Thank you.
And good afternoon, everybody. We are live here at the Hilton St. Louis, and we are getting ready to get the party started. Right. It is our special presentation at SICW FanFest. We're here with the Falls Count Everywhere podcast. And for the first time ever, we are all live in person at the same time.
Yeah,
I
he's a
am
weight
Rough
extra.
Cut Rick Ruby.
I'm Mr. GQ, the Dirty Heel Austin Cage.
Of course, I'd be the one to mess it all up. Your boy, Zmiz.
First time using a microphone, is it, Z?
I'm trying to share stuff about things going on.
I've already done
Did
it.
you know there's things going on in St. Louis, like SICW FanFest 3?
Yeah.
Just making sure we all
especially
knew
surviving the tornadoes that came through yesterday, too.
Wild stuff, and still throwing down here tonight, this afternoon, morning. Where are we?
Wherever you are. You would think if he's got something in his hand, you would think to make sure it's on or lit, one of the two. And it's he able to do either one.
I mean, it was so rough yesterday that Bill Apter ate a burnt bagel.
A burnt bagel?
From that bagel place over in the airport. And he said he's going to go back and get more. Uh-oh, we're in trouble already.
Uh-oh, Mr. Herb Simmons, everybody.
What are you guys doing?
Being loud.
Wow, I'm telling you. We're on live?
Yes.
We are live, Herb.
Let's see. 1, 2, there's 4 of you.
Yes.
4.
Yes, sir.
Now, I know there was 4 Stooges when I was growing up, but I really like 3 of them.
Oh.
There was 4 Marx Brothers, though, so.
That'd be them, then.
Yeah, I know one thing. You weren't Harpo. Or were you? But anyway, hey, thanks, guys. We appreciate you being here. We appreciate everybody being here. And if they're not listening to your podcast, they're not listening to podcasts at all. Am I right?
That's it.
100%
Every
there.
Sunday night. And the reason why I get to watch it most of the time is because it comes on right after SICW All-Star Wrestling. So you get a double whammy of entertainment.
Yes, sir.
I mean, your guys' entertainment is off the chart when you have on there. I mean, I told you when you had Chris Exodus on there, that by far, that should be your show of the year. That young man to come up and give his life story was something else.
Yeah, but the award for the longest is always your shows, Herb.
No, I don't know about that. That's just because I talk slow.
No, it's because you have so much information that everybody needs to listen to.
Well,
Yes.
and Jerry Briscoe just talked to me. I'm going to be on the Briscoe Bradshaw show next Wednesday, and we're going to be talking about the 66-year anniversary of Wrestling at the Chase. So I'm honored to do that with Jerry and JBL, because if you haven't watched their shows yet, then again, those guys know what they're doing. They're fun, they're entertaining, and they love the business just like we all do. So,
And that's the great thing about the FanFest 3, that it's paying homage to that past. So we're going to get to hear more of the stories and more in depth. I'll be watching.
yeah, I mean, it's I've always said, in order to know what's going on and currently and the future, you got to know what the past is about. If you haven't researched the past, then you haven't done your work, and that's what we've done with professional wrestling. I tell everybody all the time, wrestling is the same. A headlock's a headlock now as it was back in the 30s and 40s. Arm bar, it's now just the attitudes and the egos is what's changed in our business. And if we could ever get on the same page there, we'd be back in the old days. Oh boy, it ain't working. See,
That's my fault, because I was like, that's his screen. That's this screen.
but really,
It's been a long few days for me.
I can imagine. But no, yeah, I heard you guys out here. I said, I got to go out there and give them the raspberries, because you guys do such a great job, I'm telling you. So keep up the good work. And
And the cool thing, Herb, for this show, I'm back. I'm back on the show.
I didn't hear that.
Here we go.
GQ, you're always welcome on this show.
You're always welcome. I'm telling you, it's, you got a podcast like your guys, the Big Texan and Bobby D do one. So the fans are getting a wealth of history and knowledge, and that's what it's all about. If we don't talk about it, it's not going to be here.
Yep.
So,
But you also got the ones with Teddy.
Amen to
You also
that.
got the podcast with Teddy and Mac.
well, that's what I mean.
Nikita Koloff actually does
And
one
the-
as well. That he
and
was
these
telling
are-
us about.
These are legitimate ones. We have some other ones here. But like I said, listen to all of them, because the good thing is they're recorded. It's not like if you miss it, oh, man, I missed what they were talking about. You can always go back and find them. So, but keep up the good work. Appreciate it, and really appreciate your support. You guys jumped right on board again this year and said, hey, we're in. So that's always a good thing.
Well, thank you for always allowing us to be here, Herb.
We'll be here as long as you keep plugging on, and we'll see.
We'll be here after that still.
We'll be here
FanFest
after
4 is
that.
already in the works.
I will say one thing. Hey, Herb, this is a lot better venue than the last one we were at. The air actually works.
What are you talking? The atmosphere, the hospitality of the Hilton has been amazing.
But the air is on.
No,
I mean, the hospitality is great. I mean, if you guys, the ballroom they have everything here all set up, so it's not like they didn't have to break down something so they get the ring up or at their previous locations. It's everything's in there. It's a huge ballroom. I mean, the accommodations to that are just stupendous, my friend. Concessions at noon, yes.
treats.
Food. Speaking of concessions,
Speakers of it.
well, see, I'm talking like I'm drunk because there's Real American Beer across the way. And they're here, so I'm going to go give me a little sip, brother, before the day is over.
I'm Mr. GQ. We all know that, and I'm kind of liking bartender over there.
Well, Ruby, something I want to point out is Zmiz over here is not going to be able to do his little disappearing act for a few seconds like we normally do on the show. You know, he'll disappear for a couple of seconds, then come back.
Stop it.
That ain't going to happen.
Well, no, last year
if
he
we
did.
get guests on here, he can go ahead and get us a little.
Me ways.
Well, here's the thing. Last year he did disappear. We were hanging with people. I don't know which is, but one of them is the Godfather. I mean, that's an obvious thing.
I don't know. I saw Papa Sean go. I thought I was.
I see trees of green.
And also the host of one of the other podcasts, Teddy, was out there just hanging and talking.
So
It's been good times. Like getting to speak with people last night at the bar, and the wife and I after we went to. By the way, shout out to Trainwreck Saloon. I don't know if anyone.
Westport.
Oh
Yes.
my gosh, that place was baller.
Yeah, Trainwreck is awesome places, man.
Great
I'm glad
venue
you
to
got
go
a
eat.
chance to get over. And you know what? You were talking about sushi last night. The Drunken Fish was also in that same place.
Yeah, I'm not drunken fish money material, bro.
Dude, fried calamari, though. You were saying sushi, though. Don't lie to me.
No, we were
You
going to go
said
to
sushi.
AI. We were going to go to AI sushi. Sushi AI.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sushi.
And-
Artificial intelligence.
And they had
They're not smart.
their all you could eat was only for like 15 minutes. I'm like, I'm going to eat more than 2 rolls. Like,
Say no sampler test.
so we end up going over to the Trainwreck Saloon and stellar meals. I had the Reuben.
Dude, I love me a good Reuben every
Yes.
now and then, bro.
Yes.
That is just so good.
Always good to have a Reuben. Sorry.
That sounds like my last name.
By the way,
too, but-
concession opens at noon. Somebody has the munchies.
Yeah, but you have to get yourself some beer. You got a reason to now, bro.
I'm just.
Yeah, bro. You think I didn't hear what you said 2 minutes ago? I'm not an idiot. I know what you said 2 minutes ago. So,
What did he say 2 minutes ago?
but guys, have we all had a? Yeah, I'll tell you, we're going to have our first guest here in just a minute here. I'm actually going to step aside here.
How about this? You stay and I'll step aside for it.
Do you want to? Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. Ladies and gentlemen, our first guest of the day is actually coming from American Hostile Championship Wrestling.
Ooh.
And I believe it's Bullwhip Ballard.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Glad to be here.
All right, man.
You're a big green bean eating boy. Look, don't blow up on me, son. Look at me all crazy. Gym muscles don't scare me, Jack.
I like him. Seal of approval. Get this man a championship.
Yeah, wait if we get the boogeyman here. You know, we might.
I'm not going to lie. The boogeyman yelled at some kid in there, and I jumped like he was talking to me.
I know.
That dude's way bigger than I thought he was. When I went up there a couple of minutes ago, he was just like, son, come here. I was just like, yeah, man, you big as hell.
Man, you haven't been around a mic in a long time, have you there, buddy? Up.
So, Bullwhip, so you're down here with American Hostile Championship Wrestling. I think they've been around for maybe about 3 or 4 years. I think maybe, if I'm guessing 8. Okay, I'm sorry.
They only
know
here. I put them on the map.
There you go. You about got everybody jumping about an hour ago, whipping that bull. bullet, man, about popped me out of my seat. I was trying to get everything. You startled me, and I had to go readjust my camera and everything thanks to your whip. So thanks a lot.
He does pay the bills, so if he asks me to, make a little quick video plug him, I got to do it.
Oh yeah, well, that's quite all right. But I'll tell you got some good energy here. So how are things here with you in American Lifestyle Championship Wrestling? Like, first off, how long have you been in the business?
I've been doing this December will be 11 years.
11 years.
I started when I was 16. I'll be turning 28 this year.
Mad respect. Good job, man. So,
who trained you?
Yeah.
Brody Hawk and Cross Man out of the Memphis area. That's who's trained me.
Is because see, Memphis. Like I said, some people still don't know about the whole Memphis territory and how much respect it should be getting. When it was even back in the day when they tried to, with Mid-South, with Lance Russell and Dave Brown, trying to get all those territories back in the early 80s. And they went to Louisville, they went to Evansville, they went somewhere else in Kentucky, I believe. But I'll tell you what, but it's good because you're like, nearly like 15, 20 miles from like a border of Tennessee and also from Arkansas. So you're like really down in there.
I live in Mississippi, and then I drive from where I live. I live in Carnes, Mississippi. It's a big Civil War battleground town, and I'm about an hour from Memphis, hour east of Memphis, and I live about 15 minutes from Tennessee and about 30 minutes from Alabama. I live not too far from the Muscle Shoals area, not too far from Walking Tall country. And then I got on with guys down just south of me who was trained by Bill Dundee and all them, and that's the ones that got me in. But as far as the respect goes, from my personal standpoint, I think from like if I rank them all, you got Memphis was here, and then everybody else might have been somewhere. But I feel like Memphis was the rock star territory. You had to go through Memphis. It wasn't an option if you wanted to be big back in when it was still rocking and rolling good. You had to go through Memphis. There wasn't no way around it.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, Memphis is a great area back in that genre. So you're basically going from heavy mud to less mud. You're traveling up to do a show. But yeah, Memphis is definitely one highly notable area back in the era. And of course, around here in St. Louis, I mean, you get a chance to learn about St. Louis wrestling history with the whole NWA and Sam Munchnick and Wrestling After Chase. Like I said, Ed Whitley, once again here, guys, is here with his Wrestling After Chase book, which I still have. It's a great treasure to have, and it's a good read. So
I have it. Great book.
It is a great book. So anything about it? And of course, on display, as always, is the original Wrestling After Chase ring bell right there. That all started off in 1959 with Wrestling After Chase, and that is the original bell from there. So a lot of nostalgia. It's just a lot of great ties with it. So awesome stuff, man. So tell us about your style. Obviously, you got a whip and everything else. I mean, are the fans behind you, or do they not like you like whipping that bull?
Look, either they like me or hate me. It don't matter. But if you're interested in a style. If you want to know about a style, if you pay money to come see me, you're not going to get a technical wrestling match. But what you are going to get is 30 to 40 minutes or however long we're in there, hard-hitting, in-your-face, loud, smash-mouth, professional Memphis-style wrestling.
Ruby, all I hear in my head just playing over and over right now is I just feel like Slobberknocker is what this man remembers.
Yeah, I'm getting Hanson vibes. I'm getting JBL vibes.
Yeah.
I'm getting Longhorns, and I'm going to smack your head clear off your shoulders.
Yeah.
Kind of deal.
Stan Hansen, David Schultz, who's here.
I
like Little Dusty Rhodes.
It's not fake, by the way.
But yeah, I love that hard hitting, real heavy duty. I like it. Ooh, yeah. Don't call me fake.
Ain't nothing fake about you.
Yeah, I like that stuff.
So here's what I want to ask here. If you could take yourself back to an era like maybe a couple genres back for the guys that are here, is there anybody that you would like to face while they were in their prime? Is one of the guys that are here today?
David Schultz.
Oh, you would like to get David
For
Schultz.
about 15 minutes. I don't know. When the bell rings, it may be time for me to go to the house, but a lot of respect for David. I like him a lot. Got to talk to him first time I ever got to meet him. David Schultz, Lawler, that era, I really like that timeline. But if out of the ones here, we're talking in our primes, trunks, tights, the whole work, then I think David Schultz. I would really like to go around with David Schultz.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. He didn't pull anything. So
yeah.
Another guy who didn't pull anything back in his day is Abdullah the Butcher too. So, and that's actually
you're not that crazy, right? To go for Abdullah.
It depends on where we're at. It depends on where we're at. I like watching Abdullah and Bruiser. So Bruiser would have been another good one. Those guys just really stood out to me. I didn't like a lot of I've never really paid attention to Japan and Puerto Rico. Like everybody tells, my first memory of wrestling, like Austin has a story where it cut on channel TV and it's old school sportatorium, I think is what it was. Yeah. And my grandfather was Bullwhip Hastings, and he was getting in when he was already over the hedge, I guess you could say. He was already older, But my first memories of pro wrestling was just the old VHS tape. My granddad was like Santa Claus, and he loved to brag. And when I was a kid, I seen him whip out them old home videos 100 times to show people where he wrestled the King in the flamboyant Eric Embry. He come out, and it was in our hometown at the high school. He come out decked in all black with the old K&H ring jacket, satin, looked like an old school gunslinger, come out there with a whip, white boots, black pants. And, that was my intro to pro wrestling. So it's, when I don't think I missed all that. I was born in 97. I think, I would have been 3 years old, but probably by the time they had the last showdown in the Mid-South Coliseum. But if there's anybody here, that those are my granddad's superheroes, he thought when he cut that on TV, that was to him, Lawler was Superman. And, that's just the way it was. So looking at that, with him being my superhero, I just feel like an emotional attachment to Memphis wrestling as a whole. It's just I like that kind of stuff. But Brody, Abdullah, those guys, now I tend to watch the old school Japanese stuff, and then you get into the Puerto Rico stuff and deal with Brody, and it's just, man, it's something. It's the last couple of years for me personally has just been a big turnaround, and it's something. It's something.
Well, that's why I like the FanFest being here and doing these things, because we get to open those doors, and the passion, the love that you're even pouring right here. It's true. It's that pure drive. That's how I feel just talking about it, just getting to speak about wrestling and being able to watch it from fandom to now being part of the wrestling industry and doing commentating and stuff, getting to see that journey and growth and seeing these territories come back. Because I've said it many times. I said it to Herb Simmons. I've said it to several people. I don't think the territories died. I think they got renamed. They're called the Indies, and we're watching a regrowth of that and rebirth of that and bringing these places together and this love and support and learning about Memphis, learning about the Coliseum here and doing Wrestling of the Chase. Getting those old school history moments bonds us all back to what we came to enjoy, watch, support, build our legacy around, and that is professional wrestling.
If I don't know that it'll ever get back to the way it was, but if it's going to, it will be in the next few years, because from the outside looking in, 10 years ago when I broke into pro wrestling, I was trained in what used to be a cell barn, and they put a ring in it, and then they got chairs and the lights, and now it's a pretty decent place. But when I first got in, all I wanted to do was I wanted to be my grandfather. Of course, because that was who I was, imitating. I wanted to be my granddad. I wanted to be just like him, and all I ever wanted to do was wrestle in Memphis. It didn't matter if it was for the WWE one night or if it was a show or whatever. All I wanted to do was wrestle in Memphis. But when I got in, there was no such thing as a Memphis show. Now there's 3 or 4, But and it's that if it continues to grow, the popularity and stuff, because from the outside looking in, or from where I stand looking around, it seems like wrestling is slowly becoming cool again. It just seems like it's kind of took off. in the last 2 or 3 years. It seems like the crowds are slowly coming back, and Billy Corgan with the NWA, and it just I have high hopes. I have high hopes.
Well, the one thing you're saying, there's always been a roller coaster with how wrestling is perceived. You always have the up moment, and then it goes back down for a while, and it comes back up, and we're in the upswing again. Yeah. Especially with a lot of a lot of the new companies and everything, NWA going to full swing and everything like that. I mean, so yeah, there's so much out there that you can't go without wrestling, no matter what. Yeah. You can have wrestling every day, and still not get bored of it.
And I think the appreciation for wrestling fans is back. Like people are appreciating it back like they did, like how you were saying when your grandpa wrestled and all that. So I think everything's going good now.
Yeah.
Turn it off.
My bad.
Yeah. When it's lit, it means it's on. So usually that's what it means. No, but so you have when is your next show? And also, where can people find you online?
My next show is next weekend. I'll be wrestling in Knoxville, Tennessee for NWA JCP. You can find me online on Instagram, The Ballard Boy. You can find me on Facebook, Bullwhip Ballard. And other than that, maybe hopefully if you follow any of the territories with NWA, maybe before long I'll be pretty regular on there. So.
There you go.
I see gold in your future, brother.
I hope so. I hope
yes,
somebody
sir.
sees something.
There you go. Well, we thank you very much for coming on, man. Like I said,
thank y'all for having me on.
If anything else,
thank y'all so much.
Follow, like, subscribe, at least to us anyway. Maybe we can talk again. We can talk more in the future.
It's okay. It's okay.
And I'll shake your hand still too. We'll figure out how to do this.
Talk a little bit more in the future.
I'm trying to bring him up right now.
You definitely will.
Now, Rudy, we have somebody else waiting here real quick first. Well, not just them. Hold on. We're going to have the guys in the pink for a second.
Would you want to do the honors?
No, I'll let you do it. If anybody has ever watched anything online and know with NWA wrestling and everything, the guy that was talking at the Cornette, wasn't it, right?
It was the it was at the tribute to Stargate FanFest that Tony Hunter did back in, I believe it was 2005, I believe, 2006, to come up 20 years of the whole deal and everything. So now they had a Q&A, and one of the questions that was asked, they were talking to Terry Funk, Dennis Condrey, Bobby Eaton, Jim Cornell after was moderator. Well, what happened with that was, they had a lot of things. It was an emotional week to begin with. Eddie Guerrero had passed away that week, and that was one big deal. And also another, wrestler went in for rehab and all. And they were asking, who would you like to have a match with that you didn't get to have? If you could have another match, you'd like to have it with. And one of the things they said was, a lot of people would say that, Midnight Rockers, whatever.
Well, if y'all want to make this a successful podcast and a successful event, you can't have him on here.
I knew I was getting buried. I always get buried whenever Teddy's around.
I tell you talk about one-on-one with The Undertaker, it might happen for real. Holla, players.
Have a good one, Teddy. Thank you, sir.
One of the greatest managers in the world. Doom were underappreciated.
But you know what? Hey, Teddy, thank you for coming on the #1 podcast. Thank you.
Thank you, Teddy.
That was a hit and run.
Every time I'm around Teddy Long, get buried about something, which is okay, because if I'm going to get buried, let me get buried by Teddy Long,
But you were talking about the FanFest.
Yeah, FanFest, they were talking about that. Ed Guerrero passed away that week. Another wrestler went in for rehab. It was pretty sad at the time. A lot of fans were still pretty emotional. And they said, who'd you have the match with? And Funk brought up, I'd like to have one more match with Eddie Guerrero because he worked his tryout match in '89 for NWA. And he also said that, there we go. They also said that at the end of the day, if you look at any city of any size, you'll see they have a crack house. Okay. No, seriously. He said you see a crack house. If you go ahead and you trace back the deaths in that crack house, at that time in 2006, there were more deaths in wrestling than at the crack house for 5 years. He said he'd clean her act up. And you need to be excused there, son.
It's a little gas.
A little gas sounds like a lot. Nah, but it was like I said, it's emotional time. Everybody was, doing it. He said he wanted to have one more match, so we did clean wrestling act up because a lot of the guys were dying early because the muscular was being pushed and stuff like that. And then I stood up to ask a question. I want to thank you for the sacrifice. And I said, thank you for what you did to your bodies. It's still going to be, damn it. I go, maybe the delivery wasn't great, but maybe the thought was. And they said, no, delivery was right. And I had no idea that at the time I spoke for a lot of folks who felt the same way. And that really is still something that I don't really quite grasp, that people have seen the clip in Japan and, England and all over the place. And wrestlers have come up and told me, I know how you feel. It's really surreal, if you know what I mean. But like I said, I never knew that I spoke for so many. It's still running me, damn it. And it's amazing. You see such popularity in wrestling. WWE's on there. You got this great big fan fest here in St. Louis with SICW. It's just tremendous, And I'm glad to see wrestling getting popularity back. But I think, hopefully, none of us forget about the sacrifices they make to their bodies, because you only got so many bumps on your card, and you got to, think about that before you start criticizing somebody or whatever, saying all this stuff. They go through a lot of sacrifice and train and have to work hard and all. And it's not, think about that. Put yourself in their shoes. It's hard to be on 24 hours a day. So what if they missed a spot? How many damn matches have you worked there, kid? Shut up. Shut up, quit bitching, and then enjoy the damn show, for God's sakes. Anyway.
Amen to that.
Oh,
amen.
Because at the end of the day, when you get right down to it, if you ask me, of all the things I've seen around here, they got so many great wrestlers, Mr. Hughes, Jerry Lawler, the list goes on rock and roll, Abdul the Butcher. It's amazing to see the history, the legends, all these great folks here, all the great vendors here. It's just something that just touches me.
Speaking of the devil, there's Bill Apter right there.
Bill Apter, who was at the Fan Fest. Absolutely.
Right here.
Bill Apter, you're over here.
Check.
Thank you for pronouncing my name.
Absolutely.
It should be on.
So thank you for pronouncing my name right, because once Dusty Rhodes called me Willie Abner, everybody calls me Abner.
Yes.
So this young man and I were on Jimmy Kimmel's show.
Yes, they showed the clip on Kimmel, yeah.
They did
correct.
the clip where he said I was hosting a Q&A on a show in Charlotte, was it?
It was in Spartanburg, South Carolina, tribute to Starrcade.
Yes, and you got up and said it's still real to me.
That's right.
And they showed the clip, and people the next day called me and said, you were on the Jimmy Kimmel show? So, yeah.
It's amazing.
It is.
But, it's just amazing how the viral stuff goes. When I was talking to one of the wrestlers, he said, well, I sent this to so-and-so in Japan. I'm like, they seen it in Japan? Then I'm watching WrestleMania, and someone's got to say it, so it's going to be damn it. I'm like, oh, my God.
Yeah, they saw it everywhere. It was great in Japan. Wrestling fake.
Exactly. There you go.
You like that?
Sound like I'm pro wrestling.
Wait a minute. Falls count anywhere?
Everywhere.
Don't.
And Bill Apter just punched Tom Simon, and I love him for every minute of that now.
Tom, his bump cards ran out.
I was going to get it through. Oh, we can do that. What do you want to sing?
That's our head right there. That's the head of the false count.
What do you want to sing? What
do you want to say?
You.
Red roses too. I see them blue.
Ooh, I like that song.
For me and you. You see, wrestling's real, but that's fake.
What do you want to hear? I do the entire catalogs of Tom Jones, Barry Manilow.
We'll be back with more sing-along with Bill after this.
The Ramones. Wait a minute. The Ramones. Yo, DDT did a job on me. Now I am a real sickie. Guess I've got to go and tell them I ain't got no cerebellum. All the girls are in love with me. I'm a teenage lobotomy.
I don't know, Gibby.
That sounded like Ozzy singing.
So we know that there's
Ozzy
a lot
or
of booze in the
Fozzy?
green room, I'm guessing,
Ozzy.
right now for a lot of them.
Fozzy.
Right.
I have no idea.
What is this now?
I know there's got to be a lot of booze in the green room because of the way
I don't drink alcohol.
There's a room full of people who are green. What? I don't understand. Oh,
I'm green.
that's what most people are nowadays.
I feel sorry for people that don't drink because
True.
when they wake up in the morning, that's as good as they're going to feel all day.
Yes, you're right. You're right. Well, I'm going to go get some food in my stomach here, but falls count everywhere. The podcast you all got to listen to, baby, if you will.
Ooh.
Indeed.
Thank you, Bill.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
What you going to do when falls count everywhere runs all over you, brother?
What? So we just got a pop and a boo at the same time.
What? He's a real American. The rights of PWI at one time.
Whoa.
Fight for the rights of PWI at one time.
Okay, Ruby,
you
I'm
were
gonna go over
PWI. They. I'm not the Freebirds. What are you talking? I heard allegedly. Boy, this is going off the rails real quick. Boy, we just took the right turn to Albuquerque.
Shots fired.
Y'all are delirious, and I rode all the way from Atlanta with Curtis Hughes. Come on now, give me a break. Played Name That Too, listening to Dawkins and Rat the whole way. But I'll tell you right here, I wouldn't give anything for the world because this is a great show. This is a great FanFest, SICW, St. Louis, Missouri. It's one heck of a thing. Herb sent us put on a great show. And I tell you one thing, when you're here, make sure to check out all the great wrestlers. Make sure to appreciate them. Tell them you appreciate them. Buy their gimmicks, buy their merchandise, buy their shirt. And if you don't remember anything else, by God, keep on listening. Keep on watching. Keep on tuning in. Because let me tell you, the Falls Count Everywhere podcast is fantastic. It's great. It's got a great group of guys. It's wonderful. It's tremendous. It's so amazing. It's still ready to me, damn it.
Yeah. Love it.
Still real to me, too.
Because, every
Love
week
it.
we
Love
keep it real.
Love it. We got two more.
Okay. Now.
Is this Lift Alpha? Is that what I'm?
Oh, we got two.
No. Hold on a second.
You are doing to do this
Look.
interview.
No. Oh, okay. Right now, we've got the current. Well, we got to make 2 seats available, guys. So I'll be more than free to get up. Z, hold on.
Yeah,
Z. What, real quick though, you told me that you're more of a fan that lean more toward tag team wrestling, right?
I do enjoy the tag team wrestling world. Yes.
Yes. So tag team wrestling. And let's be honest, there was great tag teams that came up in the '80s, and that's what made me a fan. Rock and Roll Express, Midnight Express. I mean, the Russians when they were done, and then of course Demolition. I mean, there's a lot of great tag teams growing up from the '80s, and then also making headlines today. I mean, oh, thank you, Powers of Pain. Yes, I love the Powers of Pain. Yes, absolutely. And so right now we're getting more guests coming in from American Hostile Championship Wrestling. They are actually the AHCW Tag Team Champions, everybody. So at this point, let's bring on the Legit Alpha, everybody. The Legit Alphas come in.
How are they legit alphas when they don't even have their titles right now, though?
Bro, they can't mark out in freaking Walmart, okay? Just let them go.
It's right there.
Gentlemen, yeah. Find hard cam. Find hard cam.
Yeah. Is this a? So
Yeah, nobody told me that.
Yeah. Yeah. So
How y'all
it's,
doing?
How you doing, buddy? How you doing?
Justin, too legit.
How's everybody doing?
Not bad. Not
What
bad.
about this fest, man? This is awesome.
It is. We're enjoying every minute of it, and we appreciate Herb and Mark and everybody having us here. And man, we're having a good time.
So, give us a little backstory on how you two gentlemen became Legit Alpha. Am I
Okay.
saying that right?
So the tag team name is legitimately Too Good. Too Legit Justin Daniels, Tommy Too Good. Our shirts are that say Legit Alpha, but we no better tag team or beta. you know.
Ooh, I like
so.
that. I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
So we actually met across the ring from each other.
We were arch rivals for the first 2 years we knew each other.
So we've been running this tag for 3 years now. We've known each other years on years. So you know what they say: if you can't beat them, join them.
So I actually want to touch on that because my favorite tag teams are the guys that are thrown together that aren't supposed to potentially make it, or the guys that beat the living holy hell out of each other and then form that bond to make one of the greatest tag teams that could be or is at right now.
Us. We went toe to toe every show we was at.
I mean, in the ring, out the ring. There for a while, it was pretty rough for both of us.
So how do you keep the brotherhood now of the tag team world, knowing that you guys put fists in?
Ain't nothing better than a brother that you share blood with.
That's right. That's right.
Damn straight.
I trust this man with my life.
So currently,
well, he became a mark earlier and left me at the table.
Hey,
and
Condry
had to
Schultz,
go
one
get
of my
autographs.
favorite tag teams of all time.
I was down at a double down, going for the hot tag, and he jumped off the apron.
Hey, man, it's all Bullwhip's fault. It's all Bullwhip's fault.
So FanFest 3, actually, I had a mark out moment with Gerald Briscoe when he sat next to me and it's like, and I'm like, for me, the Stooges. I'm sorry. I love everything they did in the Attitude Era.
Yes.
Went back and watched him, but that moment of being, and Ruby's over here like, come on, ask questions. I'm like, I can't. So I understand not missing that hot tag.
Exactly.
He's done it a few times. So
I mean, it's all Bullwhip Ballard's fault. I mean, he's caused a little divide today, but nothing we can't overcome.
Well, you need to. You guys punched each other in the face. What? Do you guys need to fight it out one more time?
No.
That's not happening anymore.
Okay, good, because you got them titles. You got to hold on to them.
Look, I'll go introduce him. It's not like we're on a first name basis with Mr. Schultz, but you know what I'm saying. I'll introduce you later.
I heard the look he gave you. You're definitely not on first name basis.
So individually, before you guys became a tag team, how long have you been working?
I've been at it about 8 years.
It's about 7.
Like, what's the territory y'all work? Like around here, how far have y'all?
It's all in the Mid-South: Memphis, Arkansas, the Boot Hill, Missouri,
Mississippi.
Yeah, a little bit in East Mississippi, not a whole lot out there, but yeah,
we've come as far as like Perryville and stuff.
Yeah, matter of fact, next weekend we'll be in Perryville, Missouri.
Event called Pirate Strong. It's for the Storm.
Yeah.
They've got a benefit show, and legitimately Too Good will be there tagging against
what is that, an hour from here?
That's an hour from here.
That's a good drive to go get some good wrestling.
Oh, exactly.
It's not a bad drive.
Yes.
So tell me, how does it feel to be in like the building? There's arguably one of the greatest tag teams
rock and roll
of all time in this building right now.
You see the chills?
As I'm saying it, I'm getting the goosebumps. I got to meet those guys at a SICW event called Spooktacular several years back. They drew me in. We started talking. I shared my love for tag team wrestling. I'm just a commentator. I'm just a talker. That's all I do. But getting to have that time with them, you guys now in that experience, getting to knock elbows with some of the legends of past tag team wrestling. We got another one in here, one half of the tag team, but Devon Dudley's here too, so one of the greatest other tag teams. Are you going to pick their brains, or what about those guys?
Absolutely.
Shape you today in situations like this when they're sitting at their table, you know, wanting to go up and ask them, and you're getting chills just trying to walk up and talk to them.
Because if you don't love this business, you're not in this business. Let's say that first and foremost. If you don't love the business, you're not in the business. So seeing them and believe it or not, I've actually shared the ring with the Rock and Roll Express. So it's man, like you said, we get chills. I can see them 1,000 times and feel the same way. That's what he mentioned.
Devon, the Dudley boys, the Hardy boys. I mean, that's what I grew up watching.
Yes.
You know,
I'm a little older, so
you ain't that much older.
Well, a little. so I love the Dudleys, the Hardys, but Schultz and Condry, the Rock and Roll Express, the Midnight Express. I mean,
okay, I want you on a spot right now. because, like I said, I am a huge tag team guy. Grew up in the same era, basically. E and C are my tag team of the Attitude Era. Edge and Christian. Loved everything they did as a duo. Went back, got to watch the Brainbusters. Fell in love with Tully and Arn, like just deeply, like those two dudes.
Oh yeah.
If I'd ever leave the microphone and go, who's your Mount Rushmore of tag teams? Let's put you on the spot.
They're here. One of them's here. For
Yeah.
sure.
Well, they have
Rock
to be.
and roll.
100%.
Midnight Express.
Midnight Express.
Condren and Schultz. Let's. Do you want to do like? Do you want to the newer like you said, Edge and Christian, the Hardys?
I think they're all in a combination together.
Yeah,
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
When you talk like
it's
Hardy
like
Boys,
eras for us. Like we have to
different.
do.
It's-
Yeah.
'cause I think they're on the same pedestal, but it's also really.
see, that's the
freaking
great thing
high.
about it now too. Is wrestling is getting to the point where we're all getting to go back and look at history, and we're like, wait a minute, now we can't just be like this one tag team, this one tag team,
Exactly.
or this one person.
Iron and Tully. How do you get away from that not being on your Mount Rushmore? I mean, it's
Can you put them all on the Mount Rushmore?
yes.
I would want to, because out of tag
That's a
team
big
wrestling,
Yes, it's a big mountain.
out of tag team wrestling, you get some of the greatest single wrestlers. Even if you guys don't divide on negative terms,
Exactly.
you get some of the greatest, and then you get the supposable rumor one, the Genetti of every tag team. But we're not going to go there.
Bring
We're not
that.
going to go there. But that's the great thing. And today, actually, a lot of the tag teams, when they do separate, there hasn't been that many that both go on to much success. I like to see that because you guys are the future. Where do you guys see yourselves in 5 years as a tag team and maybe even as a single unit?
Man,
Singles are probably done. Unless he jumps off the apron on me.
I mean, dude, we take as many opportunities as we can. So I would like to project us being nationally known somewhere. I'm not going to put us in a AEW. I'm not going to put us in TNA or WWE or anything like that. But I mean, I could see us going as far, and we've been told by a bunch of legends, and hey, you guys got a good look, you work well, and I'm not going to name drop, but
that's fine.
It's just that they all tell us, hey man, you can go as far as you want to. So
not to put hard words on making it in this business. I've made it. I've done 25 times more in this business than I ever thought possible.
Yes.
So I've already made it. For anybody out there that wants to make it, if you're in this every weekend wrestling on different shows and you don't believe that you've already made it, I got news for you. You're not going to make it.
And I tell you, one of the biggest compliments we get is bookers or promoters coming up to us. It's happened a couple of times today, and just asking us, hey man, are you willing to come here or do this? Absolutely. It's a new place, a new experience. And we enjoy doing that. I mean, because there's only one first time.
Neither one of us got into this to be rich.
Yeah. We did it because we love the business, and we enjoy each other's company, of course, because
we had a long drive yesterday. Remember that singles you were talking about? We might need to talk about that.
But we both held singles gold. Matter of fact,
I'm still Crossroads heavyweight champion.
That's actually that was my next question.
Yeah.
What other golds have you held in the business since being in the industry?
So heavyweight titles. I was APW Workhorse champion.
Should we tell them that that's how we met, is going after to redeemed heavyweight championship?
Redeemed heavyweight
we passed
champion.
it back and forth. How many times?
Yeah, that was crazy. We had a long standing feud where we couldn't even be in the same room because and that's what helps us tick. We both push each other, and if you can do that on the same team as well as you did it in the ring, I mean, you've got something that is absolutely unbreakable.
And I knew all his weaknesses.
So do you guys have a team that you guys like to work and you just keep going and going? It wouldn't get old for you guys?
Oh man, we've worked so many.
Ones we've worked.
Yeah, like if you have a favorite team that, like, you know, you worked in one day, you could do it a bunch more times and it wouldn't get old to you, just because you have that kind of chemistry.
Yeah.
I'm going to put them over just a little bit. They're no longer
Steel
a tag
Cross.
team. Well, no.
Oh.
Not only Steel Cross.
FGR.
FGA. Fully gifted athlete.
Yeah.
We could go with them every day for the next 2 years, and it would never be the same match.
That's right, man.
That's good.
Dude, they are hands down. Yeah. They're feuding. They actually did the opposite way. I think they tagged and then they split up, and now they're feuding like you can't get them in the same room at the same time.
Oh, that's
but
not good.
Since they're not tag teams anymore, we're gonna put Steel Crossover. We're actually in a feud with them right now.
Yes.
We might get about 6 months with them every day.
Yeah. So, and you know, the Twins of Salem, they get honorable mention. There's so many, and it's hard because you want to give everybody their just due. And if you're doing this weekend after weekend, different places, it's hard to nail down. But he did a very good job of it.
Who's a tag team that you would like to lock horns with? Can you think
The
of
Initiative? Trace Hunt and
Jason Genesis.
Yeah, that's the Initiative.
That's up there pretty good.
Yeah. I think
there's a new up and coming tag team. What are their names?
Which ones?
The young ones. He
said one of these kids are young.
Exactly.
These kids are 17, 18.
Yes.
And they're making a pretty good name for themselves in our area.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah,
awesome.
Man,
But they're coming up too fast. We might need to bring them back down a little bit.
Put a leash on them.
Teach them a little old school.
Yeah.
That's what they call it.
Parental advisory.
That's it. That's the tag team name, Parental Advisor. That's how young they are.
They have.
Why is that not a tag team name?
Their name is their warning label.
I will put them over a little bit. They have merch that says MILF Magnets.
Respect.
I tell you one you hadn't said yet. The Storm. You know, Night Training.
We owe them one too.
Oh yeah. We're in. Because we're in so different areas, we're into it with a few of them. So the Storm is a good one to make mention too here on your podcast and get over.
I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing you hook up with LA Hustlers from SICW. Actually,
we've actually worked them.
Did you?
Yes.
I'm gonna have to find that match.
Yes.
Because you talked about the pirate show. I just shared that the other day actually on. I do We Talk Wrestling too, plus Falls Count everywhere. So We Talk Wrestling is just a fan group that I created 10 years ago. How I got into the business was a promoter saw that and like, hey, come with me. We need to talk.
Gotcha.
So,
yeah, me and him met at a wrestling show, but I actually worked at the Evansville Coliseum for like 10 years.
Dang.
But I had to stop because of injury. But yeah.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, you'd have Rock and Roll Express. Lawler was there all the time. Dirty Dutch, all kinds every week.
Absolutely, man.
We met.
I know.
We met actually because of a tag team. We went to the Glory Pro show to meet the Lucha Bros because you're not going to pass up an opportunity to meet the Lucha Bros.
Exactly.
And that's how we met in the line, making fun of wrestlers we don't like.
You're the hecklers, huh? There you go.
Yeah. So yeah, it's great that you're still here teaching the old school way. Thank you guys for stopping by. Where can we find you on social media and whatnot?
Facebook, Instagram. We have a TikTok.
I'm so old school. I have Facebook.
Yes.
So do I. I use it.
I remember when Facebook was farmland.
MySpace. Oh, Farmville.
Yeah.
MySpace. That's where it's at. We need to bring that back. Actually.
Tell me why we were 12 years old knowing how to make HTML files.
There you go.
Thanks. Thank you, gentlemen.
So this is Too Legit. I'm Too Good. You can find us on all social media platforms.
Under that
Too Legit Justin Daniels on Facebook.
Thank you.
And Tommy Too Good on Facebook.
I wanted to say handle, but it wasn't coming out of my tongue.
Thank you for having us.
No problem. It was a blast, guys.
Have a good one.
What a great tag team, just getting to talk and share love about professional wrestling as we share today FanFest 3 with SICW, great vendors. We have a great toy collector here every time. By the way, Herb, please next time don't put us next to the toys. I just want to buy all these figs that are sitting next to me, and my wife would kill me.
Almost half that interview, his head was out of the screen. I'm beginning to think he was looking at the toys
Because
all the time.
He was.
So here's the thing. I can't hear down there, so I have to lean over so I hear.
Well, yeah, you lean over, but your head is back like this.
So I saw you guys laugh about MySpace, but you all did have 8 friends that you put in the top. So, I mean, just saying.
Well, let's see. We actually had friends. You had to pay friends.
Oh! Whoa!
Got mail.
He had that long
That
blow-up
just
screen.
happened.
You have.
What are we doing with this thing behind us? I see you wrote on it.
Yeah, so I know you guys are kind of slow on the ball, but we're actually autographing this banner behind us here, and
Too Legit.
we're actually, for those who want something nice and decorative in their house, they got 8 foot to cover, like
We
an
need to
8
get
foot
Bullet
wall.
back down here to
Garage
sign. We need to
space
get
down in the
Too
basement.
Legit back down here. So
Yeah. So we need to get signatures on here. We're actually we're having a silent auction for this banner. So we'll let you know right off the bat. The opening bid is at $50. So we're trying to get who we can to get signed down here. So $50. Which, by the way, Z.
Yes.
I've been told by our gracious cameraman that if Boogeyman comes down here, he says, "Don't worry, I got the worm for you."
Oh God, no. You guys are wild.
Just so you know, he didn't have any with him.
Oh, okay. They couldn't get them through customs or what?
I forgot we were doing this.
It was a snack on the flight.
You were on there, gentlemen.
What are those for? Snacks.
Oh, no,
Wait. Hold on. What? I have black ones around here somewhere. Sign on the pink.
Oh yeah, you can sign on the pink. Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
Here's a black marker. Black marker.
Is it because they're wearing pink shirts? You're running them.
Oh.
And ironically, that was supposed to be more like a lavender, and it ended up turning pink. So
Hey, it looks cool.
I'm surprised he didn't come on any more white in the front. Or you kind of made the protocol with the whiteness. So
now we need to get Bill back here and real to me, damn it, guy. And
yeah, Bill After makes a plug. Apparently, with a Still Real Dave over here said trying to watch Bill After cut a plug for Real American Beer. Beer is like a married man trying to cut a promo on Tender. That's what Still Real Dave said. that was a good one. That was a good one.
Did first the Dusty Rhodes voice, and then he did the Hulk Hogan. So he got a pop and a boo at the same time.
All right.
No, I post on Facebook.
It's okay. Oh.
Just a small Facebook group.
Yeah, so we got Silver Sharpies. We've got what? Oh.
Ruby, aren't you proud of me though? I haven't been a dick.
Well, yeah, well, not yet. The day's still young.
I made it through most of it.
Yeah, like I said,
Trust me. If anybody's going to be one, it's going to be me. I got stuff planned.
Yeah.
So you got a plan. Mine's off cue.
Real quick, hold on. Are you going to pimp out that?
Go ahead and do yours first, bro.
I had the chance to talk a little bit, and apparently, because he asked what my name was, I said GQ. He told a story about Arn Anderson. Always called him GQ, but it was Nikita Koloff. And Nikita, actually, as I told him, we'll mention it now. He has the Man Up podcast. You can find it on iTunes and Spotify, Koloff.net, the Truth Network, anything.
Camera's still there, brother.
Hey, Z, could you put this in front of the camera for a second, or Alan, somebody? just so we can see a little bit of a close up. There we go.
Right there, freezing right there. Yeah, so that's the Man Up podcast. That's with Nikita Koloff, iTunes, Spotify, Koloff.net. And, of course, he's also got another event coming up.
He also does with Lex Luger, Man Camp, Spirit, Soul, and Body. And it's mancamp.info. It's coming up in October 19th through 24th of this year. We'll get that up there.
Yeah.
Of course, the production is a little slow on it. There's the graphic.
Yeah. Well, we want to make sure that we're getting that. Yeah, cover Austin Cage. That looks better. So, so awesome. Cool deal, man. So yeah,
and you had your beer coolie.
Yeah. So this was kind of cool because, like I said, Real American Beer is here. I like the. Which, by the way, it is really, really good, guys. I really underestimated it because I did not know how it was going to be. Definitely not disappointed. So, the Beer City Bruiser is here tonight.
I saw that.
He will be in the Bruiser Brody Larry Madisick Tony Costa Battle Royal here tonight in the main event. And I decided to get a little Beer World Order. So that's
Alan.
That is a.
Let's do this again here.
So, yeah.
Such high-quality production values for these shows.
Yes.
There you go.
So, look at that. That is the Beer World Order. That is a beer mug. When I say that beer mug, I'm thinking root beer tapper, but, that's just me. That's just the old school guy in me. But that's awesome.
I've seen something like that before.
So, once I get that 12-pack of Real American Beer, I'm going to be putting it in one of these bad boys. So...
And keep watching. We definitely may have surprises coming up. We don't know yet. We're working on that.
Yeah, we are working on that.
We know the person that has a record for certain language and all that may stop by and say hi. Who's here. One of our favorite guests that we've had, Bill Alfonso.
He's been born again, apparently. So I don't know. I was just saying. That don't mean nothing because trust me, the week I've had, I want to cuss up a storm too. So
only if he chops.
Wait a minute, we need to open this door up here. You guys can take this one. I'm going to step out, see if I can find my wife. Maybe go find something. Big Texan, get in here and get.
Hold on.
Yeah,
hold on. If we're going to do this, we got pictures for sale.
Because we definitely need him to sign too. The banner. We need a legend of the SICW roster, a legend of St. Louis area, keeping it alive, knocking people out with liners.
And now we have photos we can sell of him.
You still trying to pilfer your stuff with him?
Only one half of that is great.
Pretty much. I mean,
need to cut the right half of that photo out.
Shut it.
What's up, gentlemen? How's everyone doing today?
Gentlemen, who came in?
Well, he did apparently.
I just assumed it was him, but what's up?
Keep walking.
I like her.
How are you guys enjoying FanFest 3?
This is all good here today, my friend. So this is the Big Texan, of course, longtime SICW Classic champion,
also known as the Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, Rookie of the Year in 2024. Yes. 2024 Rookie of the Year, Big Texan. So
and 1904 too.
What? How
you
old
got
do
it
you think I
twice.
am? Did you say 19?
1904.
How long do you think you've been out there? How long do you think?
So, I think it's less than 25 years.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think I started training when I was 18, and I'm going to turn 47 this year. So, you can do the math there. It's been a long time.
Crap!
I've got to wrestle some legends that are currently here, which I think is awesome because the first legend I got to wrestle was Greg the Hammer Valentine, and I was just telling the story to was it Facebook or maybe it was TikTok? Someone was running by with a camera. Greg taught me so much in the ring because at the time I was probably in the business about a year. So definitely green as some goose crap, and when you go into the locker room, etiquette, you shake everyone's hands and find out what you're doing the night, and I found out that I had Greg, and so I as a a young rookie, I went over there and say, "Hey, Greg, my name's Texan. I got you tonight. What do you would like to do? I've always heard you got to follow the guy who has more time in." And he goes, "Hit me back in a few minutes, man." I was like, "Okay." So what? And about 5 minutes before the show is supposed to start, I go back up to him and say, "Hey, Greg, just checking on you. Is there anything you want to do tonight?" And he started going over what he was going to do and everything. So, I'm leaving. I leave him, and in the back of the rookie's head, and I'm thinking, all right, he said this, he said that. Let's get this all in my head so I know exactly what we're doing. We go out in the ring, and not a damn thing that he said that we did in that ring. So it was all on the fly, and it went great. I couldn't complain about it. One, he was a legend that I was working. Two, it actually looked smooth, like we knew what the hell we were doing. Of course, it was probably all Greg teaching me what to do. But it turned out that's the best way that I love to have my matches. Have the heels in one locker room, babies in the other locker room, and get down in the ring and just do it. It always seems to be the better matches. What are you guys doing over there? You guys aren't talking.
Nobody pays attention to you. They're saying, "Hey, Mr. GQ." So,
Like I said, there's that one friend you had.
Did you pay them to get on here?
No, he's paying me for next week.
Oh.
Yeah. So like I said, this is the first time that all four hosts of the show are live doing the podcast. And
so you guys actually don't like each other, so you don't talk? Is this how it goes?
He doesn't like me. I mean, that's why I haven't been on for a while. Just saying.
I had there's like that take your kid to work day. But you said you worked him, so do you have a big time name that you worked before it was your favorite opponent?
Let's see. Well, the great thing is I worked Bob Orton Jr. many a times, and what's great about Bob is he's the local guy, and he started a school called the Ace Academy, and I went there, and the Ace Academy is associated with SICW, and the ring was always set up, so it was always a place that you can go there and just knock off some rust every day of the week, And so I show up on one of the days that he's in the ring with the students, and normally he has someone there to help him, and no one was there to help him that night. So it's just him and all these rookies that have been maybe a week, a month or something. And he asked me to get in and start going over some stuff with these guys. And next thing you know, now I'm in the ring with Bob every week just about. And it's been great because I'll tell you a story about Bob. When I wrestled him,
Somebody had
he got really pissed off at me because I'm a big guy. I do big guy shit. Bob is a legend, and he does what he wants to do. And the first time I wrestled him, I didn't let him do what he wanted to do, which was nothing that I wanted to do, So I kind of forced my hand on on some things. And after the match, we almost got into blows. He wanted to beat my ass for real, and I probably would have let him too. Oh my God! Half the crew just walked out.
I think I cut one. I don't know. What happened?
That night that I came to the school, everything went well, and he invited me to be one of the coaches. So now, like I said, every week I get to meet with Bob and go over everything the student knows and needs to know, and we developed some guys. Brandon Beretta was just walking by. He's current OVW tag team champion.
That's like I said. And what a long way he's come. Coming right out of the Ace Wrestling Academy and just going right at it. Just taking the reins and just making the horse go, bro.
Well, and now you can see him on most NWA shows.
Yeah.
And I ain't talking about the territory NWAs because they're out there, so you got the NWA WLW, which is Harley Race's group, but they're still attached to the NWA.
Yeah, you got Dog Pound and
So you can find him on those shows, but he's also on the NWA product. So their weekly shows or their monthly they don't really do pay-per-views anymore, but when they have a show, you'll see Brandon on it. So he's definitely making his rounds.
No, he's like going into a show like, "Hi, nice to see you again, Mr. Corrigan." That's what we're talking about,
right?
Yeah.
Right.
So I get it, and like I said, Ace Wrestling Academy, one of the most notable wrestling academies in the Midwest today, and you guys are still going strong, still making stars. I mean, let's not even forget about Joe Vanetti, that's still trying to build his way. He's getting some places too.
Yes. So he's taking a lot of bookings down south now. So I'm proud of him. Normally Brandon Beretta would take him to wherever he was going, get him booked and stuff like that. But that was because Joe was still in that shell. I'll do for SICW because that's my home. That's where I've been trained. Well, now since Brandon Beretta has left the group, Joey is now out there trying to get him some, so he's out there finally going around to other promotions and working out. But, we have some people that we're not 100% proud of, like the Glenn Williams of the world.
Who was just walking by probably like half hour ago.
Right.
It looked like from all he was carrying, he looked like he was kicked out of his house or something. Like, what the hell are you bringing across?
Well, when stuff happens to him, he tries to sell everything in his house to make that rent. But and then we have one of the tallest female wrestlers around here, Lilith Khan. She came out of Ace Academy.
Boys, and she talk about somebody who's moving up quick. I mean, to be a good female wrestler is good, and then it gets you far in this business. But she has got size on top of that, which accelerates her more as far as giving her more opportunity to get further in the industry and get noticed in a lot of other places.
Well, I tell you what, we took her to the CIC last year.
Yeah,
and
I was there.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah,
and everyone there. I introduced her to Kurt Angle. And Kurt, I think he thought I was her father. But I explained. I said, she's a student. She just graduated. She's a couple handfuls of matches in. And he goes, "Have you gone to Florida yet?" I said, "No." He goes, "Well, the training facility for NXT, you can still just go there and actually go for a tryout. So you don't have to be signed. You don't have to be sent down there. You can just go there on your own and find out when their next open door tryout is and try." And he goes, "As soon as she walks in the door, she's going to be signed." And
so I mean, you would think, right? I mean, and let's talk about guys who are trying to get into this business through like an NXT level. I mean, even though it's been recorded some months back, but we're talking about the LFG series that's on A&E. Like so, very few, and I will say, and I don't want to put any downer or damp on this, but a lot of times when people go for their first tryout, they don't get on.
Oh yeah,
a lot of times. But that's not to discourage. I think what they do is that they see potential, but they want something. I guess they want to see more dedication and something to push a little bit harder. And trust me, I've seen some of these workouts in this performance center. I sure as hell cannot do that today, bro. Yeah. I'm like, bro, no. I barely get up out of a damn chair to start walking, man. That's how long I've been in this business.
Are we allowed to cuss on this?
I know. I mean,
all right. So
can we say the S word?
I'll try to keep it down to a minimum. But when I started in this business, it was still, you got to ask to be involved. You got to show dedication. And when you actually get a chance to come in and try out, their job was to beat the shit out of you.
Of course.
And this was an everyday routine where you go in there and, they tried to, how much you pay, $500 a month or whatever. If they can get you to quit the first day, well, that's $500 in their pocket and they don't have to worry about you no more.
Yeah, and they try their hardest just to do it. Like I've seen so many podcasts where guys would tell that story. Like Ricky Steamboat would say they climb up like a whole staircase with somebody on their back, and then they switch off and all that. That's insane.
I mean, they beat the piss out of me every day, but every day I kept coming back. And even when they said, "All right, kid, we think you're good," and that was just the training part. The promoter of the show came in, and because there was two buildings, one that they held the promotion out of, and then another building that they had the ring. And everyone was welcome to come into the practice building and work out. But the promoter showed up one night and said, "Man, there's too many people in here. Who are you? I don't know you." And I said, "Well, I'm one of the trainees. I've been here, 8 months, 9 months." He goes, "Well, come back to me about 6 months. Are you done?" And so 9 months of training just ended just because there's too many people in the room. So that's how hard the business was back then. And not that it isn't as hard now, but definitely it's a lot more cardio driven, and I would say the sex appeal type of stuff that's going on.
So you said that training and getting ready to become a wrestler was hard for you. Over the course of your career, what did you find the hardest?
The hardest, I would say. So there was a wrestler, a local wrestler. Well, he's local, but he went to WCW. He went to Japan. He went to Puerto Rico. So he had a name, and the promoter, at the time told me, he goes, every time we come in, his opponent most of the time gets hurt, so make sure when you wrestle him, you put everything in there because he's going to put everything in on you. So that's how I did it, so it was a little hard-nosed, wrestling match, but I ended up getting hurt that night and paralyzed. The right side of my leg just went bye-bye, and so I had to learn over a year I had to learn to walk again, and I was in a wheelchair for a little bit, then on crutches when I was able to stand on my own, and then eventually walking with a cane, getting better, and then a year and a half later I was actually able to walk great again. Now I still feel it in my back because I crushed some discs. What it was a power it was a man, I can't even think of what it was. It was a body slam, a simple move. But when I landed, we were playing on the outside, playing on the concrete, and I hit my tailbone first. As soon as I hit my tailbone, like I said, I immediately lost feeling in my legs. And so the hardest part about wrestling is when you have something like that happen, and you still love wrestling so much that you can't wait to get back into it again. So. I was a young married person, and I had, I think, 1 or 2 kids already. And for them to know what I went through within the last year and a half and still want to come back and wrestle and get in the same, business that, and the person that I ended up wrestling, we became good friends and eventually tag teams. So it was full circle, but it was one of those things are you sure you want to be involved in this business? But it was great.
Yeah, because I worked for probably 10 years. It was the Memphis territory. It was mainly at Evansville Coliseum.
Okay, yeah.
Lawler, Dirty Dutch, and all that was there. And I took a spot where the guy wasn't there to catch me, and I used, how those old wooden floors are, and my back was that, and I was out for 9 months. I could barely move. So my trust for guys for the longest was I'm not doing anything huge.
I had a tag team, and for the longest time I wore a mask and army fatigues, and we were known as the guerrilla warfare.
Yeah.
And we always went against this tag team that was called the Lumberjacks. Mm-hmm. And there was a spot in the match where me and the other 2 Lumberjacks on the outside, my tag team partner was going to do a dive over the top rope, and we were all going to safely catch him. At the last minute, when he's coming over, the Lumberjacks went away, and so last second, I had to catch my tag team partner just to make sure that he didn't land on the damn floor. Yeah. But yeah, so you along the way, you learn how to start protecting yourself, looking out for yourself to try to prevent those accidents. But
yeah, because
look at this little guy. I think he needs some. Why don't you sit down? Yeah, why don't you sit down?
Everybody else disappears. That open sea opens up.
Oh, open table. I think the mic might be on. Let's
Hello, boys.
What's going on?
Hello.
What's going on? FanFest is what's going on, buddy. You got blinders on? Come on. It's FanFest 3. We're at the Hilton Hotel.
Austin Cage was like, he's double teaming. He has nowhere to go. It's like going to the dark tunnel.
Trapped.
Right, he is trapped.
Fight your way out. Fight your way out.
You're in the most manwich of all manwich sandwiches here, buddy.
I am hungry.
So this is falls count everywhere? Okay, falls count everywhere. Okay.
Can I say vanilla cookie Oreo? Can I say that?
Vanilla cookie Oreo.
Reverse. Yeah, reverse Oreo.
There you go.
So let's turn the tide here. Let me interview you. So tonight we have the big Hall of Fame ceremony starting at 5 o'clock. Who are you most looking forward to seeing inducted into St. Louis Hall of Fame?
I'd probably say Teddy Long, because I've watched a lot of him since I was a kid. He'd probably say Teddy Long.
Teddy Long. Okay, Teddy Long. What's one of your fondest Teddy Long memories?
I'd probably say because one of the first tag teams I saw was with him. He was with Ron Simmons doing that. It's like my uncle used to watch. I used to watch my uncle a lot. And then obviously when he was SmackDown general manager, always saying The Undertaker was always a funny time for me. So yeah.
I remember my earliest memory of Teddy Long was when he was a referee for WCW. That's me. Yeah, that's how far. How young are you?
36.
Yeah.
Child.
Hey, look, at least I came from a generation where I still got my ass whooped, unlike kids today.
Oh my gosh, you're so right. Oh my gosh, this whole gentle parenting crap. I mean, don't get me started. Don't give me a platform, but people, please hit your kids. If not, I'll hit them for you. Come to me. Look me on social media. Pay me a fair price. I'll spank your children for you.
Hey. I think you were slightly turning to the baby side face of this stuff.
No, I mean, let's be honest. I'm always going to be me. Yes, the fans like me because now we have a mutual enemy, right?
Yeah.
In Glenn Williams. Everybody hates Glenn. Big Nasty is one of the hated wrestlers. Lovely. That was
champion. He's just a Central States champion. He's not the classic title holder.
That's when they should have rung the bell. They say champion, then
champion. Anyway, so you hate Glenn Williams, and I hate Glenn Williams, and for the time being, we have a common enemy. And tonight, I actually have him in a one-on-one match, and everyone keeps asking me, "Are you going to win the Central States title?" It's not about the title. It's not about winning. Tonight's about beating respect into Glenn Williams. See, this young man got all upset because I decided to take time away from the ring for my family. During the last 3 months, I was healing my knee from surgery. I decided to step away and go a day daughter dance on a night that he had a tag team championship opportunity with his tag team partner Trent Daniels, and they dropped the ball. They didn't win. They didn't become the new champion, and he blames me because I wasn't there ringside taking them to another title win. Oh, I'm sorry, Glenn. You can't hold your own without me? Haven't I done enough? Haven't you done enough? You were his coach at Ace Academy.
That's true.
You know, he graduated Ace Academy because of us in our coaching. Then I managed him all the way to a Central States title win. And because I decided to do one great thing as a dad and be there for my daughter on a special night for her, he looks me in my eyes and tells me, "I don't give a damn about your kids." Oh, wow. Now, are you a dad? You're not a dad. You are.
Of course, yes.
If some gentleman in front of a live audience looked at you and said, "I don't give a damn about your offspring," what would be your reaction?
I would have tried to beat his ass right there.
I slapped the smug taste right out of his mouth right then and there like any dad should have done. And then, of course, as I taught him, as my back was turned, he attacked me, took advantage. Can't blame him. I would have done the same thing. Okay? All right? The student is becoming the teacher. But tonight, it ain't about the title. It's about respect. Respecting a man and his children. You never cross that line. All right? And my child will be in the audience. My wife will be in the audience tonight when I beat the holy hell Glenn Williams. Again, the same for the title. That can come down the road.
Yep, this
is about respect. Respect for a man's family. And he's going to learn tonight.
There you go.
That right there, guys, that is Sean Vincent going against Glenn Williams.
I feel like I'm looking off camera. Is that it? No, that's it. Okay. All right, everybody. Usually the hard cam is center. So, pro tip, Rick. Put it in the center of the cam.
Just a rundown, though. So, the FanFest is going on until 5 o'clock. I believe it's 5 o'clock. Going to take a small little break.
and then we'll start the St. Louis Wrestling Hall of Fame. That will go on. Normally it takes about an hour or so, but should finish that up by 7. And then that, of course, will start the SICW Wrestling Show. And we'll carry that on. Normally it's about 2.5, 3 hours, so we're looking at about 10 o'clock. So my point to this is if you're a wrestling fan and you're watching this, you have plenty of time to come down here still and come in and meet these legends that are here, stay for the Wrestling Hall of Fame, and then enjoy a night of wrestling. And, you know, the last 2 years, most of the legends stayed and watched the wrestling show. So I always find it to, you know, if you are on a wrestling card with a legend, that's great. If you're wrestling the legend, that's great too. If you got 30 legends watching you wrestle your match, I mean, that is like, oh, what the hell is he?
I call it glimpse. Like, I've been getting games of the Timmy.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh.
You see yourself on camera yet? This camera catches the good side, dude. Keep going. My apologies. Keep going.
But anyway, you know, 30 wrestling legends watching your match. It was great because they critique you. They bring you to the side and say, hey, this is what you need to work on. This is what should have been done better. And to me, that's great. You know, the hear from the legends and on how your matches looked.
It's always good.
Yeah, and I highly endorse the Boogeyman, Rikishi, and Devon Dudley. Those are the 3 that I got to really spend a lot of time with in there. And they are all gentlemen open to any question you may have about.
Gangrel's the same, man. Gangrel is, you talk
champ.
to him, and he's one of the types that, you know, you go in there and ask a question, and then you kind of feel bad because it's now 5 minutes later, and he's still talking to you because, you know, he won't let you go. You know, and that's actually really good.
I'll tell you another
Lady
one.
Drew, everybody. Lady Drew. So my question, though, for you, Sean Vincent. Sean, hey, Canadian, over here.
I'm going to bow.
My question for you is, are you actually going to try to win the cup, or are you going to steal it again like you usually do?
Easily said for a guy who's retired.
I'm not retired yet.
Hey, man, when was the last time you laced up a pair of boots and got in the ring?
Laced up today, got in the ring, waiting the next week.
Oh, please.
The only thing he laced up was what meal went into the microwave.
I'm sorry. Go on. Did he burn you that hard? Your tongue burnt? You can't speak?
Give him 10 minutes. He'll think of something.
While your brain's roasting over that comeback. Damn. Yes, I do plan on being in the Battle Royal. But again, in the Battle Royal, that is my second opportunity to beat the crap out of Glenn Williams because he's also in the Bruiser Brody Battle Royal. So if you thought that our match would end after I beat the crap out of him in a singles match, no, the beating continues as I get him in the Bruiser Brody Battle Royal, for which absolutely I will unzip that match. Yes! And throw everybody over the top rope to be the 2025 Bruiser Brody Battle Royal winner.
You know, I'm not going to tell you to shut it. I'm going to walk away. I want to walk away. I'm not going to tell you to shut it. I just tell you to zip it.
No, you're just trying to piggyback up on my joke.
Oh, that was good. That was perfect timing. I'm sorry. That was great.
All right, thank you, everybody. I'm Sean Vincent. I'll be in the SICW All-Star Wrestling Card later tonight at 7 p.m. Be there ringside to watch you beat the crap out of Glenn Williams.
Thank you, sir. 2 points. Trip safe. Oh, man.
So I say you just cannot throw open an open comment anywhere around this guy because
no one's safe.
No one's safe. Well,
do you see GQ left so he can go think of something to say? Then he'll come back. Ain't that right, GQ? Come back, buddy.
He's thinking about saying yes. Don't get it on my microphone.
Like I said, microwave.
Zach don't know nothing about a microwave, just so you know. So everybody's having a good time here at the SICW FanFest 3. Like I said, we got more people in the lobby. Once again, guys, we're actually doing a silent auction for the banner that is behind us. With a starting bid of $50, we're going to try and get whatever signatures we can, but that's the starting bid of $50. Of course, we have our T-shirts on for sale. But now this bad boy right here, and also the old school tee, which was the version before. So we actually are selling those. You just have to come see me, and we will get things squared away. And, of course, also at the silent auction, that will close at the time of the FanFest when they close. So it's either, you get your opportunity or you don't. So
hey, and the good thing is we did not get Sean Vincent to sign this, so it's actually going to be worth some money.
Well, then it has to go to Canadian currency if he signs it then. So then I get less money.
We didn't put him on. He put himself on.
Yeah. We put ourselves over.
We did. You didn't show up until now.
So, yeah, Zmiz is actually, so there's a lot going on right now inside there, and Zmiz is going back around again.
He's walking with his wife.
Yeah, walking with the wife, kind of showing her the ropes of what she's missing. And so, I don't know, are you able to show the chart, or do you want to let it sit? Because you did some adventurous things yourself. I love how I can step away here and still talk.
Yeah, I'm not touching it. Last time I got touched, it knocked me out.
Hold my mic. But
you want to hold the mic up for him, Ruby?
I am right here.
All right, so I got both Rock and Roll Express right here. Boogeyman, and God bless him, but he somehow drooled on it. Teddy Long and Devon so far. I got a couple of those I want to get, but yeah.
Yep. So and that ring center seat. I guess that was at a house show, I believe, right?
Yeah, one of my friends, the stadium where I live in Evansville, he was head of security, and he got me one of those seats. I was like, I ain't gonna say no. So,
yeah, no. Yeah, get all you can. Get all you can here. So, so the point being is that Austin Cage brought that all the way from home, and those guys were able to sign it. So they'll sign your things. Like I said, there are some costs for autographs, guys. So, it's still $50 to get you in the door, but of course there is added cost for autographs from all these legends here. And like I said, don't forget about very last time here today and tonight, Dory Funk Jr. is here in the building. He's at his, of course, he's inducting Dory Funk Sr. into the St. Louis Wrestling Hall of Fame tonight. And so last time Dory Funk Jr. will be in St. Louis. So if you are any fans of the Funks at all, this is your time to get down here. But
here's the thing: if you're watching this and you're like, "Oh, I wanted to go," why didn't you? Because the more people show up, the bigger these are going to get. The more guests that you're going to see. I mean, it's like we had the appearance, but when Bob was inducted last year, we had appearance by a family member of his, which we're not going to say out loud.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. It's like we have some great legends, especially legends of the '80s. We got Greg the Hammer Valentine that's here today. We got the legendary Tito Santana. What a duel they had for the Intercontinental Championship between 1984 and 1985. And they went back and forth, and they had some really knockdown, drag-out matches. And of course,
let's be real here, Ruby. You guys are trying to get guys down here. We all are. And you know me, I got to make my comment of the day, or at least of the hour. We all know you guys are sitting in Mama's basement right now. Get your tails out here and get these autographs to these men. They came out here for y'all. Come show support to them. That's all I got to say. Get off Mama's couch and get down here. And if you don't like the comments, tough shit.
So if they're downstairs in the basement, they're not watching this. They're playing D&D or Quidditch or something like that. I don't know. So
Almost.
And Quidditch is not a card game, so I'm just saying.
There's those dried up Jack's Pizza still laying on the table.
I thought Mom was going to clean this last week.
Mama's gone, sir. Honeymoon. He's trying to fend for himself for once. It ain't working out too well.
Oh my gosh! So some other names that are going in tonight into the St. Louis Wrestling Hall of Fame. We have, of course. Well, he's getting the Lifetime Achievement Award, so he's here tonight. But the late great Butch Reed will be going in tonight into the St. Louis Wrestling Hall of Fame, and also Jerry the Crusher Blackwell is also going in. So I like I said, I'll say I know I put myself over several times when I hear experiences like that. I was in the ring one time in a match with Butch Reed, and so I was gracious enough for that.
St. Anne Community Center, wasn't it?
Hey, Zipper, here he is again. Zipper, he's back.
No. We don't need to talk about any short stories. And sometimes you got to just watch here live, so you know some of the stuff that doesn't make it on the camera. Why we're laughing sometimes.
So I have to do my Austin impression. What? What? What was that? I don't know. God bless the Express.
Oh man,
that's all I got to say. Oh my goodness! But we are going.
They keep looking at you like they know you or something, Ruby. I don't know why.
Who? Oh, no. I heard there's a certain merchandise floating around here. That's what I hear.
I have no idea.
That's what I hear. That's what I hear rumored. And it's some of their old stuff, not what they're wearing today. So Ricky would. I don't know if Robert's in the ring anymore or not, but I'll tell you what, if he is, God bless him, because his back. You tell him last night, he's like, my back got bad so quick because I got too bad. Too busy carrying Ricky all those matches. Now he knows how I feel about my tag team experience with when I had championships, man. Can't tell you how many tag team partners I've had with championships.
And most of the time it's the same tag partner.
Yeah, most of the time.
The not so dangerous one. Anyway.
Maybe we could pull Ricky in here for 5 seconds.
Yeah, maybe so. Yeah, that, like I said, when you're talking about guys from the 80s, yeah, like I said, let's not talk about that rumor mill. We'll talk about, with the Rock and Roll Express being here, Robert Gibson here, Ricky Morton is here. I'm just drawing a blank. Of course, B. Brian Blair, president of the Cauliflower Alley Club, is here in the building here today.
Well, we don't leave you by yourself and let you talk. You always want to hear yourself talk all the time.
If I got to do that, I might as well go to break. No one wants to see me. Does everyone want to see me? For those who are watching right now, and if you got anything, any questions or comments, or even better yet, if there's any legend here at FanFest 3 that you would like to see us try to get on camera for just a short bit, let us know. Because we'll try and do what we can here. I think we might have found somebody, but we'll see. But say something here. Let's see. Well, bro, I don't know if that's going to happen, Mike. Zmiz in the ring. Another. What? I am.
Ricky Martin just wants me to put something on.
Whoa. Who me?
Okay, we got it. Where's Z with the camera now?
So wait a minute. See, now this is what I'm talking about. I need to put it on. Okay.
Yes, Ruby, you got to put it on and get on camera.
Yeah. Just for the simple fact you're Ricky Morton, yes, I will put it on.
What's happening, guys? Is my mic on?
Oh, yes, sir.
Yes, it is.
We got the legendary Ricky Morton with us. How's it going, sir?
Man, tell you the truth, Ricky Morton's always good.
That's good to hear.
Ask him how Carrie is.
Yeah, how's your kid?
20 minutes on Carrie.
Well, no, buddy. I just Carrie. It's a great. He has a great opportunity. I was second generation. Carrie's third generation. Tonight he is in. Yes. Kerry is in Philadelphia tonight for the Crockett Cup. I will meet Kerry tomorrow in Boca Raton, Florida, in Miami. We have a show there tomorrow. And then we start Tuesday. We go with the Insane Clown Posse, SICW, all week until next Saturday, where I'm in Iowa. Wrestling there. So you trying to ask me how I'm doing, and plus I'm 69. I will be 69 years old this year. So you tell me how Ricky Morton's doing.
I think Ricky Morton's doing darn good.
Yeah, you're daggum right.
And it's always a pleasure to see you every time I get a chance.
Yes, it is. It's great to meet people like you guys that still support our wrestling business. And St. Louis, but this is I went an hour time limit with Ric Flair in the old Checker Dome here in St. Louis, and I don't think that was far from here, was it? No,
actually, it was on Highway 40 in the center of town. But the thing is, that building doesn't even exist.
Oh, I know it's not there no more. Then, but that was years ago. It was, it was just see, it's something in the history of Ricky Morton. I can tell everybody that I got to wrestle in the Checker Dome. And represent NWA Championship Wrestling. That's what I'm about.
You got a question? Yeah. So how do you feel being out here in St. Louis the last couple of days doing this?
How do I feel being here in St. Louis?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I'm glad I come in last night because I think half the town got tore up, didn't it? With that.
That's for sure.
With that, it's you just. I don't live in the area where you have a lot of tornadoes at. I live in the hills of Tennessee, East Tennessee, where it rains, gets cold. You have 4 seasons in 1 week at my house. It'll snow, sunshine, be 70 degrees, have ice on the floor, and then it'll be cool.
Evansville, Indiana. So I'm right there with you.
I got you. But listen, guys, thank you for having me here for a second. Sit down. Check this shirt out.
Yeah.
Right here. If y'all have the old picture, pull it up of him with his.
He refuses to put it on there, but I'll do it like that right there.
Okay, you can't see nothing.
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah,
I got this.
right over there.
Excuse me, Tom. Excuse me.
Right there. Let me see.
This is why we're
still white.
You're still white.
It ain't gonna work.
It's not gonna work.
Oh, we'll get it up there. We'll get it up there.
Yeah, we'll find a way.
Well, I got you guys.
At one time, Ruby had a hair like you.
What, cool? It's
That's not a bad.
Hey,
boy, I'll tell you that. Yeah, I had to bleach that.
I look like I combed it with a hanger grenade.
You're still doing better than Mr. Clean over here.
Well, no, I got half a skullet, but I still love what I do, and I had hair like this all my life. And my wife asked me, I told my wife one time, I says that they about cutting my hair. She said, "The hell if you are." So you understand me?
The one thing you stress in the ring anymore is don't touch your hair.
Why not? I'm not. It'll be a time, I guess, coming soon. It'll just all fall out anyway. Hey,
been there, done that.
Thank you guys again. Let me look at the camera because I'm looking at this monitor that's here.
Yeah, the camera's up here, brother.
And to all you fans that are out there listening, this is a business that is great that people like us depend on the fans and people like you to get our business over. Without our fans, none of us could do nothing. None of us could be who we are, and we couldn't entertain for all of you. So if you get a chance, no matter who wrestling organization it is, it don't matter. If you come out to see the people and support our business, it's the greatest thing in the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And that's the truth. Thank you, Ricky.
Evan Golden says hi, by the way. Evan Golden. Yeah. Yeah, I bet you do, Alan. Bunch of jerks. Boy.
Dude.
So, hi, Ruby. How you doing?
That feels like I need to go get drunk in the bar later on tonight. Those are my days. I may not get by with it because I don't have the. So I had the mullet. He had the skullet. So it's like.
Yeah, but he still has his hair. You don't.
I know. I don't.
Well, I'll say his is understandable. His is like what, 30 at least years over you.
So they're known as the Rock and Roll Express. Now, if you teamed up with him, would you be the caboose of it?
I thought you
Take your kid to work day.
I mean, I thought we caught you in the since you were about to ask of every joke. So I mean, you tell me.
You know, I'm never going to lose.
I was talking to him.
I'm saying, like I sit back and watch.
He's want to set this all up for me, and I'm not going to say no to Ricky Morton, which I have teased many, many times before that I am Ricky Morton's stepchild back in that era, dressing like that. Thank you, Frank Reed. But no, I mean it's all good and dandy. It's all in great spirits. It's part of who we were when we matured in the business. So. That was the gimmick I was given.
And like what Ricky was saying about, checking out shows and everything, may I talk about next week for a brief second?
Yes, go right ahead.
We do have a show coming up. I have to get a flyer here. I'm getting old myself, though, too. It would be the Frank Reed Memorial show. Since we lost Frank, Frank a year or two ago.
You're too infatuated with that. You need to stop. He's not even been drinking yet. I mean, this guy's got. I'm
He's
sorry.
paying too much attention to somebody's fly.
I'm saying.
It all started with you.
Zip it, man. Let him talk.
Anyway, give me a second.
That's gonna be the new nickname every time if I see him again.
But next weekend would be the RCW Honor Legacy Memorial Show and fundraiser for the Litchfield wrestling team, May 24th at where the heck are we at, actually?
Can you read it?
I cannot read. In Litchfield, Illinois, 1705. Check out Rampage Championship Wrestling on Facebook, and you can find the flyers for that and everything like that. It's to honor somebody that's put him on the map.
Right.
And that was a big drop in that map right there. A lot of others. Pop quiz on it that some people that are now in the WWE Hall of Fame started with Frank. That's talking about Kane himself.
Right.
And we also had Trevor Murdoch had started with Frank early on before he moved over to Harley. I mean, so Frank has launched a lot of different careers at different levels all over the place. So definitely check it out next week and everything. And Z, you missed it.
I got Ricky Morton.
I got Ricky Morton to put the shirt on.
Me, the first timer. Me. And you missed it.
I think I need a real American beer. I think that's what I need.
Hold on here.
It's off, bub. You got to turn it back on.
Of course, I'm on an empty stomach today too, so it's. I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to take a concession break.
Ruby, I look like I did better off than you did, and I apologize that in my absence, shenanigans happened, and you donned the red shirt again.
Yeah.
That's when Ricky was here.
But I was here to see
you
it.
definitely had. Well, I mean, I got the experience of sitting here with Ricky Morton here.
That's cool.
My longtime stepdad, and
we will show the pictures that I took of this, a little clip from this, and the original picture on Falls Count Everywhere tomorrow night.
Yes.
And what I'm about to show off, I'll show again tomorrow night too. But can you take it off now?
Can I please?
Hold on. It took him forever to squeeze into it.
Can we remake it at least in green?
No.
We're gonna keep the gag like let's update it.
No, because it was always red.
Weave.
Dude, I feel like I'm in a blind date I can't get out of, bro. So please, just let me get.
You're in one of those tables.
Take it off, Ruby.
The timer's on the table. And you can't get up yet.
Go take it off.
It's even funnier if you think about it. There's a Lego figure that people have been seeing and asking who rock and roll is, and I had to keep pointing and not who.
No, you're the only one.
I'm not the epitome of rock and roll, sir.
No, that's the Rock and Roll Express who are here. That if you come down,
No, you missed it. You missed it. They can
pander to me
be
right
the
now.
6-man tag, it'd be Rock and Roll Express, and he'd be the caboose.
I told him he wouldn't know the ass out of the show.
What a dead joke, bro. Oh, but you laughed at it, though. That's the thing.
Because it was corny.
Hello, is this the first time you've known this guy about his jokes?
Yeah, I know. It's okay. Sorry. So I did get to recently go into the FanFest because, I took some time away from the booth just a minute ago to enjoy, and our great friends over here next to us, the booth next to us, I got to pick up a Devon because I don't actually have a Devon, but I got Devon signed. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Beautiful. You can only do this right now at FanFest 3. There's vendors down here selling them, ready for you to go. You just come in, buy the fig, go in, sign it.
They didn't have a Reverend Devon?
Oh, dude, I would have totally taken the Reverend Devon in there.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
100%. But no, this is
Probably would have cussed you out on that one.
I don't know why he would. I took a Sultan in there, got signed by Quiche. Yeah.
There's a difference between the Sultan and Reverend Devon.
No, Reverend Devon is not bad. Don't even say that. Stop. That's the great thing about wrestling. That's the great thing about wrestling is wrestling had the iterations of people. That's why I come get the Sultan because, the iterations of all these characters, all these guys. You start here, then you make it up here, and your character changes, your style changes, you mold, you adapt, and you overcome. Hello, Mac.
Hey, man, how's it going? I just thought I'd pop in here. I got to put my arm behind you.
That's
No,
all right.
I'm not trying to make a move or anything like that. But is this a family show or is this?
It's a family show. None of that kind of stuff.
No. Okay, I got to be careful. But
Not an Arkansas family show, but
you guys have been doing this every year that I can. You were here the first year too, right? Yep. So you've been here with Teddy and I since the beginning.
Yes, sir.
This is something I look forward to. I tell people all the time when it comes to the shows. The FanFest in St. Louis is my favorite show. I like the way it's laid out. I like the people who come. And the fans are a little bit different. They can get involved more than they can in a lot of other places.
Yeah, it's very hospitality here. It's family friendly. Everybody's hugs, kisses.
Yeah, I ain't kissing you.
No, not like that. Please don't. No. I'm talking about the fact that
I moved my arm now. I'm
getting to rub elbows with Teddy this weekend.
You got him excited a little bit there.
Like,
hey, everybody.
It's the one big dysfunctional family that we all talk about.
Yes. And that's the funny thing. My wife, who is been married to me now for 25 years, God bless her, but she is not a wrestling fan. She could not come to these things and enjoy herself. So I come, and this is where I really get to be me because you're around other people who are the same way. They just love the same thing you do. So everybody enjoys it.
Yeah. Wrestling is my drug of choice in all aspects of life. Like it really is. If I'm having a down day, I know I can put an old tape in of something old, or I can watch something even new and enjoy, find something to enjoy in that product.
Probably more so on the older stuff than the newer stuff.
No, see, I disagree with you and Teddy sometimes. And even Mr. Herb. Herb's the same way. We go back and forth all the time about it because I don't see the lines. I don't see
I guess that unless you lived during that time, and I really think, because you're nowhere near as old as I am.
No.
Well, that made me feel good. Thank you. But
first he tries to kiss you, now he insults you.
Yeah, I mean, now he's insulting me.
BS. He's younger than he puts off.
I really didn't feel like wrestling this weekend, but you keep pushing it. But the older days to me had a little more grit and reality to it that we don't get today. They're so open about how the magic trick is done that it's no longer it's harder to suspend belief when you do that.
Here's my thing about it. That's why we have the opportunities like this right now, SICW, where the grit still exists.
Yes.
You see, we can find a product. We can see and search out a company or an organization. There's too many letters sometimes, but it's a blessing and a curse all in one thing. That's why I guess I don't see the lines anymore. Is because when I realized going back, because FanFest 3, everybody's talking about Brody all the time, so I had to go do my research, right? I had to go look up things, and then I found Stan Hansen, and I realized something. And I said this FanFest 3. I think I said it at FanFest 2. I'm going to say it again here. JBL is my Stan Hansen.
Yes. Yeah, I will agree with that. I will totally agree with that. I love Stan Hansen. When I talk about someone giving a lariat, there are only a few people who truly know how to deliver that. Stan Hansen was one, and JBL was the other.
Yeah.
But he's a throwback. If you look at JBL is a throwback to a real heel character, how they should be in professional wrestling. You could laugh at him at times, but you still hated him. And that's the difference in heels. Name me a heel today that you truly believe is the person you see on TV. Name one.
Yeah.
MJF would be the closest, and I have interviewed MJF before on the cuff.
Yeah.
And he was, man, I have never met somebody who was that much of an attack on an interview.
Logan Paul would be no.
No.
But see, no. I would say Logan Paul is because I think that's just his personality that he is truly, no offense when I say it, a dick.
But I think maybe his heel comes not so much from wrestling, but real life, from his podcast and other things. There's a slight difference there for me.
But man, I'm trying to.
I would say that Logan Paul is more of a douche than a heel, but that's just me. I mean, that's what he comes off as. So
yeah.
Yeah, but I like my heels to be the kind that you're afraid to walk up to. And there are not those people anymore.
Yeah.
When you see a heel selling a T-shirt, that didn't happen back when I was in wrestling and watching wrestling in my young days. You didn't see a heel selling T-shirts because it didn't make sense. The heel didn't want to even talk to you. You didn't want to get around him.
And I've seen, at least on the independents, I've seen some make more money than some of the babies. But they're not out there selling it themselves. They got somebody else doing it for them. And the people will still boo them or throw the shirts, resell it, wash it, resell it. There you go. I mean, And it's amazing on there that you see so much of that now is like, because like if you were a heel, you basically didn't have to carry a whole lot of stuff with you because you weren't selling anything.
That's right. And more times than not, you were not going to get bothered. You would go to an airport, land somewhere. The fans were not running up to a heel back in those days because they weren't sure what a heel might do if they did. And today, that doesn't exist.
I remember talking about how Jericho, when he was doing the list stuff and like not the list, when he was with Big Show and doing the whole better than I Jericho thing. I said if I ever met him out there at that time, like I would not want him to be nice Jericho. Like I wanted, to poop on me. But I think that's the great aspect of wrestling is if these wrestlers, as the fan looking in, if these wrestlers can take their characters and push it farther, bring back that old word that everybody throws around now too freely, we could have a little more of that, but we have that ability with some statements because you see some of that old school fluence still showing up with like the Brandon Bredders or the Joey Vanettis that coming out of SICW. There's other guys in other smaller areas too, down in the Memphis area. We've already talked to some of them today even.
But now you're talking about independent level. Now on the independent level, there are heels on the independent level. And I totally agree. If that's what you're saying, I totally agree with that. I know from working in the independents that there have been many heels that have never made it to TV that I really believe would kick my if I had done something and you didn't want to make them mad. They're still out there. The problem is they're looking for more of the showbiz heel, the kind of guy that people can get behind at times and hate at one time, then love another. That's not how a heel should be. A heel needs to be a heel from the start to the finish, and he needs to be quiet and make people scared. That's just me. Again, that's
I can't say you're wrong.
There is no wrong. That's just it. There really is no wrong because when we talk about wrestling, when I grew up and what I liked in wrestling is completely different from what you saw. People who I think should be on the Mount Rushmore of wrestling are going to be different than what you think because you grew up with a whole different list of those champions over those years.
But having the respect for your wish and my not your Mount Rushmore and my Mount Rushmore, that's the greatness about it because everyone has the ability to have their own opinion on it. You got to respect the other person's opinion on it. There's not one Mount Rushmore. I don't care if anyone you have on there. And somebody's like, I don't like that one. It's still valid.
It really is. I mean, nobody is wrong in this business. I'll say Harley Race was one of my favorites. And there'll be other people who are younger who go, I don't know who he is. So they have no idea. They're not that they're not a wrestling fan. They just don't know who he is. But I know who he is. And I know that he was one of the biggest and best wrestlers when I grew up.
And see, for me, he's one of the greatest managers of all time.
Yes.
So he gets put on a different list. No. Don't even try to know me.
Number one, and I think Mac might agree, Bobby Heenan.
We didn't even get there.
There's no doubt.
We didn't even get there. You can't You can't go no because
no. I'm not saying no
on the list.
Harley is definitely was one of the greats with
you,
it.
GQ right here. We're gonna do it. We're gonna double team you, dude.
No, you're on your own. I'm 61 years old. I ain't getting in there again.
Oh, we'll be fine. I'll do all the work. You can pin him. How about that?
Hey, that works. That works. That's Rock and Roll Express style there, brother. But all right, I got to get back to the table. I know Teddy Long's probably going, where the
Yeah, no, he probably hears your voice carrying so far. Oh, he's talking.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, I do tend to talk a little bit too loud, so
That's
I'm sorry.
all right. That's all right. Thank you, Matt.
You're fine, man. I appreciate it.
Appreciate
Brother. Thank you. Hey, I was thinking, you can have your seat back.
Oh, he uses both of them. Ruby uses both of those seats.
Oh, stop it. Oh. We need to make sure he gets. We're not having people sign people.
Yeah, I know.
We're going to get people signing the poster.
Well, I mean, I like to get people to sign. I would like to get people to kind of bid on the silent auction of our.
Look, Kamala's head sticking over the wall.
so the way that this is, you can't see it on camera, but there is like a Lego setup. Need it here? Okay. No.
Hey, hold on. No. Come over here. Come over here.
Just sipping water.
Over here.
You just sipping water?
You're kick.
Okay.
You're on this one.
Wait, where's me?
I gotta go bathroom. I gotta go. Okay, go this way.
Like, where's me?
We got the new power couple of the area. Get in. Get in.
Da, da, da.
Get you two tiny. Come on. Yeah,
too tiny.
Compared to me, you're tiny. In belly size, I mean, but you know.
Yeah. See, this is for me. This is one of my favorite parts here because this is my home promotion here with American Championship Wrestling being represented at the moment. And, of course, right here, of course, is Miss Hyde. Right next to me. And, of course, next to her is the ACW.
Mr. Hyde.
The ACW heavyweight champ, Justin Main Event.
Yes, ma'am.
I.e. Mr. Hyde.
Anybody ever tell you look like the Monopoly man's broke brother?
No, because I always have money.
Maybe a quarter, but it's still money. So
money's money.
Yeah, you know, they don't have coin fountains that much anymore. So you're gonna have to find another way to get your money and your coin somewhere else, my friend. I mean, you know, $20 is $20 from what I heard. So here you go. Take that how you.
I have heard that a 20 is a 20.
Oh my gosh! So how you guys? I mean, you guys just came in. I mean, there's still a spectacular FanFest going on here, but we've been having people stopping in, and now you just missed me and Ricky Morton sitting right next to me as I was wearing my old rock and roll T-shirt.
And let me bring up that shirt just to show.
Well, it wasn't actually mine because somebody else had made it, so they can make me wear it right next to my stepdad. Apparently,
now that's what Ruby looked like back then.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. If my hair was so fried out, it was not even funny. My hair did not take too well. I had to go through like triple conditioner Pantene just to even wash it when I had that hair. It was bad. It was bad. Yeah. But how you guys doing? Just coming in. You, of course, tonight you've got a big task in front of you.
Really big task.
Yeah, with Lilith Khan. And the last time you were over at Belleville when you faced, I think, didn't that like end in a no contest or something happened? And
Yeah, we never really finished business. At the end of the show, during Gary Jackson and Attila Khan's match, I came out and I finally got her out of there because they're cheating and what they always do. And I fixed that problem for the moment. And tonight I'm going to finish it once and for all, I hope.
There you go. And just the main event, which, by the way, this is also a fitting pan shot, if we will, because it was our show, GQ, that we directed this guy to go to the place he needed to go, and look where he's at today.
Absolutely. The first time I asked, how do I get into this business? You
did exactly what Triple H did, marry the boss's daughter.
Oh my God!
A while, actually.
That was loaded in the chamber for a good while, my friend. It took a shot.
So we shouldn't say we were married in Vegas?
Oh.
Add a little white.
You guys are living the angle on that one.
There's a lot in common here. I mean, holy. She don't know.
She was. He
What does that
wasn't.
mean? No, I'm kidding.
She was conscious. He wasn't.
Yeah, that's typically how this relationship is.
Oh my god.
That is me.
So just the main event. Have you had any idea of what you got going on here tonight? Or because I know you're going to be part of the show later on.
Yes.
Yeah, that's where you guys walking in with your gear bags and so forth. So, so what role do you got tonight? Are you hitting the battle royal, or are you?
I think so. I think that's what's going on. Is I'm in Rumble tonight.
Okay. So I know they noticed some matches here. I didn't know.
I believe we could chip in and give you $5 a person and all that if you could take out Sean Vincent. I'm just saying.
I'm going to take out whoever gets in my way.
Okay.
There you go. There you go. I think that's the whole idea of the battle royal. But we're plugging, we're plugging like other promotions that are coming out. Of course, American House Style Championship Wrestling is here. And of course, Redneck Championship Wrestling is here, and now we're being represented by ACW, American Championship Wrestling, and of course
RCW.
RCW. So yeah, because we're talking about their big event next week, but our big event is unfortunately not open to the public. So sorry, you don't get to hear anything. No, I'm just.
But if you're a member of Lost Valley,
you could buy it. You could buy land in Lost Valley, and then you can.
Yeah, it's going to cost you $10,000.
if you are a member for Lost Valley, it is a free show this year, so it'll be good.
Yeah, right. I know. You get to see the wonderful Casey Cowboy. If you want a good story for about 3 hours, go see Casey Cowboy.
And it not be completed during those 3 hours either.
No, there's definitely going to be a part 2.
Man, so
right now he's on part 24. So
well, we're just not there for it. Everybody's gone to sleep. He's still talking. So
we can get away with this because we know he's not online. So
no, I mean you kind of have to direct traffic for that. Even he keeps telling me about all these ancient computers he's had, and he's trying to sell them. I'm like, why do we want ancient computers? Call the Smithsonian. I ain't got no business with that crap. But
he can't call them. They want to keep him if he does.
He's telling he told me the reason why. He said because he no longer has long distance on his cell phone plan.
Anyway,
He's still on Call Me After 9.
I think it would be a big feather in the cap for you, along with ACW, if you actually were able to grab that cup and take to ACW with you.
Absolutely. That's the plan. Absolutely.
And once you get it, you're not going to own it. It's hers.
Everything is.
No. Uh-oh.
Is that Papa? Is that father-in-law calling?
Oh, it might have been.
Is that him calling?
No, check
Let's answer it. Let's answer it.
Check it to see if it is.
It was.
Hold on, call him back on the air.
Let's call him back. Call him back.
Call him back. Speakerphone.
Put him on speakerphone. That's if we need to send the spokes.
You can't fire me.
That's if we need to send a Skull King and smoke signal to get to the building. Yeah.
What's going on, boss?
Hi, Dad. They're picking on me again.
Searcher, how you doing? You're live on the podcast with us too. You're on speakerphone ish. I think.
He's not on speakerphone.
Yeah, we're
We're on now.
Yeah, punch him right in the face.
I'm out of here.
How's it going up there?
It's going pretty good.
Good. You guys having a good time, I hope.
Absolutely.
We're having a blast.
And came right up to a podcast.
Yeah, we were wondering if you were making your way up. So I'm guessing not.
Well, you know how that goes sometimes.
Yeah.
I'll let you guys go to that. I just was checking in on you. Hope y'all have a good podcast show, and I hope the crowd likes what you do. And I'm out.
All right, see you, bro.
All right, bye-bye.
That was.
All right. Oh, sorry, brother. I was
We
wondering.
could have called a lot of weird numbers on there. Oh
no.
Well, wait a minute, Mac. You're in the business. We know you ain't got no money.
That is awesome. Yeah. Yeah, right. Yeah,
So we need to, I guess, let you guys go check in and everything and say hi to Herb, the Godfather, as your papa-in-law calls him.
Yes, that's what I'm searching for at this moment.
And I need to shut up before I get killed by you guys. So I'm going to get up, let you all out.
Well, it was great seeing you guys. I'll see you guys in a little bit, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah.
All right.
You'll see me
Have a great
next
night.
week, all day, all night. You'll get tired of me. Good luck tonight, sir. All right. So I'm left alone again. So it's the story of my life. I said a lot of the people are in here, boy. I'll tell you what, it's
Yeah, I was just in there. There's a lot more people now.
a lot more. Yeah, a lot are in there getting their opportunities with the.
And that's the one thing with the Fan Fest here. It's not like a whole weekend event like some of the other ones do. It's a one-day thing.
Well, yeah, this Fan Fest, yeah.
But it's always good enough with the people that you can get, the people that you can meet, and sometimes like right now, this is what Dory's last appearance.
Yeah, this is it for Dory Funk Jr. He's inducting his dad tonight and getting his thank yous, getting the plaque, and just so long to St. Louis for Dory Funk Jr. So, but man, because this guy's had a lot of history here as NWA World Champion. All the battles that's with coming through St. Louis and Sam Mushnick, putting him with the likes of Jack Briscoe and many others, maybe even Harley Race. But no, it's definitely a nostalgia feel here for me at SICW FanFest 3. If you guys are not here, like I said, the Boogeyman is here. Boogeyman was during the Ruth Gresham era in WWE. He's here. We got Devon Dudley here. We got
Teddy Long, Rikishi, Rock and Roll Express.
Let's not forget about the ECW originals. We've got the one and only Bill Alfonso is here. We've got the franchise Shane Douglas is here. And of course, Jacqueline, yes. Now that's the Attitude Era. Jacqueline.
Did you even say the First Lady of Professional Wrestling, Missy Hyatt?
I think I just saw her walking by. Yes. So Missy Hyatt is also here.
She looks as great as ever, too.
Yep.
Cowboy Bob Orton.
Yeah, Cowboy Bob Orton. Yeah, and I'm always going to put myself over. Like, that guy was my first singles match ever. And it was a TV match. And I got my ass handed me so quickly I didn't know what was next. So, but that's what you learn. That was in September of 1996. My first singles match ever. Cowboy Bob Orton TV tape.
Yeah, he's actually older than me. I started in '97, so.
Yeah, I know.
He said you were old.
Huh?
He said you were old.
I know what he says all the time. He already calls me old off camera all the time. He's a freaking jerk for doing it. He's like, oh yeah, you're old. That's right.
Fossil.
Yeah.
But some of the people that we've had this year that was different from like previous years, like Nikita Koloff.
Yeah, Nikita Koloff
with his podcast that we mentioned earlier.
Yeah, you had the Man Up podcast, everything else. Uh oh.
Is that trouble?
Can you see me?
There you go.
There you go. Just popped a rating for you boys. How's it going?
Yeah, I think we just got one new viewer.
Exactly. It's probably my mom. She's probably checking in. Hi, Mom. Hey, you guys do great. I love the podcast. Not sure why you haven't had me on it in months, but it's all right. We'll figure it out.
We've got reasons, but we're going to bring on for a theme.
Okay, fair enough.
For a theme podcast, and we're going to get your intake on that.
That sounds good. Let me know.
No, I will.
Hit me, Ruby. I miss you guys. All right, love you guys. Here you go.
All right, see you, brother. That's the SICW Central States champion.
You know something I just noticed about that? You standing here? All four of us. Yes!
So, hey, can we just kick Zach off the show because,
There we go.
Yeah.
because we just needed a Ball Time Express here or something like that.
Yeah. The new show, Baldies and Weed. So that's what we'll call
Zach's the weed.
Fort Knox. Why we gotta go that rare? Oh my gosh! No, sponsored by Turtle Wax. So not actually. Don't get mad at me, Turtle Wax. Well, no, I mean these guys.
You said they had turkey neck. Is that what you just said?
Yeah. Oh, that's not for the wrestlers, though, is it? Trash bag wrestling.
Little Caesars.
What about? Oh, never mind. I'll let that.
Oh,
I would not have called Doug O'Shea out like that. Anyway.
Oh my God.
Hey, hold on. He's the one who was featured the most out of here locally. So
let's not let my feed light up for the wrong reasons right now, please.
It's Doug. You have to be able to figure out how to do the
talking
computer.
about me. Like, oh boy, here we go. I haven't done a thing.
No, when he asks, we'll just go like this.
I haven't done a thing, gentlemen. Yeah.
Darla just called herself out there when she walked by.
I think Darla was pointing at you, sir.
No. We know
pointing at you.
We've heard the stories. Darla is the one that's troublemaker.
At you. You and the other guy behind you. Yourself. I don't know.
Hold on. There's a guy behind me.
I thought there was.
That guy.
Oh, that guy.
Nothing like you.
Yeah, no.
Oh man,
Maybe
yes.
behind you, so you're looking at the screen backwards. Try again.
No, it's reflected off his head.
So besides the chairs you've got autographs here, you got autographed here. Oh, can I once again? This is Z's going to be putting this on his little microphone stand. This is an LJN original back in the 80s, Kamala. Still the original paint. It's not been repainted and everything else. He got a nice little deal from GT Collectibles yesterday. And yeah, so I don't know. He had he had it hovered over your Lego set over there. And
we were talking about that before we pulled in people.
Yeah,
I was going to try to put it on camera.
How did it look like? Like one of the old films back in the day, where we're not going to say. So, were you going to show it? Yeah, put it right. I think right here is going to be your best bet. Right here. Are you going to show it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh yeah, we're good. We're good right there. And so that's So last year was 3 behind the table. Now there's 4. So
For some reason, the Austin figure there actually has the same kind of tan.
imagine that.
This is the winter coat. Summer hasn't got here yet.
Dirty Stone Austin Cage. So that's cool. Oh my God. Yeah, so we're looking at who's coming in and who's coming out. Like I said, this was actually a larger hallway this year for the Hilton, and just a lot of.
He's yelled at us a couple of times so far today.
Yeah, he has.
Holla, holla.
Yeah, he just only put Still Real Dave one-on-one to the Undertaker. Right over here, my friend. If you would have pointed over there, I would have laughed.
That would have been a heel move that he missed out on.
Don't put Teddy to the women's restroom, please.
Oh, he's going there.
Player. Oh my goodness! So we're probably like I said, we're still waiting for maybe a couple legends, maybe possibly that may come by. But honestly, right now it is actually jam packed, and right now all the legends and everything else are greeting all the fans, getting their autographs, getting their it is jam packed.
Alan, I'm calling you over here.
So,
Drew, hold on. I'll let you talk. Come in for a second here. Like you haven't talked in the mic enough.
Well, my mic stopped working in the other room, so now I got a mic that works. How's everybody doing?
Oh, we'll see. You know.
What we got going on here? Live podcast?
Yes, sir. This is Dr. Drew Ebenhouse, color commentator and ring announcer for SICW, who will be calling all the matches tonight, introducing everybody in. And So you already know the card that's going on here, Drew. What is one of the matches you're kind of appealing your eyes to a little bit here tonight?
Well, as always, we know in wrestling, cards subject to change.
Yes,
so we had a few things to shuffle around. I believe one thing that we know is the 6'5" Spawn of Khan, Lilith Khan, taking on Ms. Hyde,
who was just here a bit ago.
Yes, sir. We have our classic wrestling champion and our Einide Shriners champion, Bobby D, will be taking on the one trained by the legendary Harley Race superstar Steve Fender. We have, of course, the Bruiser Brody Memorial Battle Royal, plus many other matches.
Yeah, I know. Well, let's talk about the grudge match. Apparently, title not on the line with the recent breaking up of the faction with Glenn Williams and Sean Vincent. So Glenn was Glenn just stopped by to say
you
hi.
just broke some news to me. Title's not on the line, you say?
Well, that's what Sean said. I guess
He said it a couple of times. It's just
yeah.
about
I don't know.
Interesting. I would have figured Sean Vincent would have liked to have getting a little bit of trophy for getting some revenge on Big Nasty Glenn Williams. Of course, Sean Vincent held that Central States title that now rests on Big Nasty's waist, shoulders, ego, whatever you want to call it.
But here's what I'll say about that, though. If you're given a title match, and the way he insulted his family, though, don't you in front of a crowd like this? I think at this point, another accolade to your resume doesn't really matter. You want to put somebody in their place no matter what it is. And it may be he may be trying to reach for something to put him like maybe out, you know.
I think each of these men are fighting for a different reason.
Yeah.
Big Nasty is looking to prove that he has eclipsed his former mentor in Sean Vincent. Sean Vincent looking to prove that while he may have taught Glenn Williams everything Glenn knows, Sean says he didn't teach Glenn everything that Sean knew. Oh, look out. Speak of the devil.
All right, let me hop in here since I heard my name.
Well,
Sean came by.
Is it true the title's not on the line tonight, or it is?
I don't care. I'm not. Where's the camera here? I'm not scared. Okay. Sean thinks that I'm supposed to be terrified because I'm facing a guy who hasn't wrestled a damn match in about a year. That boy is rustier than an old car that's been in the rain for 25 years. I'm going to gas him out. I'm going to rip his leg off. I'm going to sign it and throw it into the crowd and add him to the list of everybody else that thought they were going to beat me up and ended up losing, dude. I'm on the greatest run of anybody who's ever came through SICW, and it's not even close. So I don't care. Put it on the line. I didn't say it was a non-title. We can have a title match.
Well, there you go. You talked about a car being out in the rain for 25 years, but that's the magic number. Sean Vincent has been wrestling for 25 years. You talk about rust. It's muscle memory for Sean Vincent. It's like riding a bike when he gets back in there. As long as his body, his knee specifically, holds up on him, I doubt he's going to have much rust at all. He's been in the gym. He's been hitting cardio. None of that's like ring.
Well, hey, you know what's funny is a guy that starts going to the gym consistently in his 25th year of being a professional wrestler, posting about it and expecting everybody to go, well, by God, good for him. When that's the shit you're supposed to do anyway, dude. I stay in the gym. I live in the gym. I am at 24% body fat, which is a lot less than Sean, by the way, if anyone wants to go ahead and count it. Put my scan against his. I'll prove that too. I'm not scared of Sean Vincent. In every way, I am better than him. I'm a better father. I'm a better husband. I'm a better wrestler, and I'm going to prove it again tonight. I'm going to beat Sean, and I'm going to get into the Battle Royal and toss everybody's ass over the top rope and get the cup. And I'll go for the heavyweight title too, because that's how good I am. Wrestler of the Year, did you know that?
I don't know who decided that.
Oh, your boss did. Wrestler of the Year.
I doubt that.
Wrestler of the Year.
When is that ceremony, by the way?
5 o'clock tonight. Hall of Fame.
Oh.
And Texan's the rookie of the year.
Yeah, you got big Texan talk. And see, from my perspective, I don't understand how you're the wrestler of the year over Big Texan, who held the classic title
Well,
for
Drew, it's simple math.
400 days.
It's simple math.
500.
I beat Texan twice. That's how. Bobby D beat him 5 times. Billy McNeil beat him. Curtis Wilde beat him. Jason Breed beat him. Brandon Beretta beat him. Joey Benetti beat him.
All of these. Hey, you have to put an asterisk behind all of them.
Big Joe, I have not faced you because you. That's fine. I did it 1 year, remember, from the outside? Yeah, I pulled you over the top rope. So that'll be twice now. So I have beat you. I don't pull you over the top rope. That's fine. You got it. You got it back that night.
Is this
you
the
punched me in the
show?
back of the head.
Am I still here?
What's up?
Am I on the show anymore?
Yeah, Drew, sorry.
Is it just Glenn now?
It's just me. That's what happens. Star of the show.
Glenn, your ego is rather overly inflated. I will say,
Confidence,
obviously, yeah, your confidence is through the roof. What happens if Sean Vincent pops that ego like a balloon and you kind of land on your face in front of the entire wrestling world here at FanFest 3?
Well, Drew, that's hilarious. Bobby's biggest rival, and all of a sudden now they're best friends. Typical shit. What happens? Let's see. We'll never know, will we? Because there's not a chance in hell that Sean Vincent beats me tonight. And it's not even close. Everybody's saying they hope, but a lot of hope will get you just where you're sitting.
You're getting a lot of flack over here from some of the old faithful.
That's because I'm their favorite. They're trying to push me to be great. That's what's happening. And I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the vote of confidence. Apparently, I'm Bill Apter's favorite wrestler. I made that up. I was seeing if he'd co-sign it, but I said I'm your favorite wrestler, Bill. But
Bill, you want to come on in and take my spot here? Give a few words? No, he's going back. I'll let you. Here you go.
You were saying that you are my favorite wrestler?
Yeah.
You know what? After that $2,500 you gave me, you are the best.
That's right, Bill. I know. It's on record. I'm Bill Apter's favorite wrestler.
Move over.
That's the clip right there.
Move over,
Yeah.
CM Punk.
That's right.
Move over, and with him, you can see him.
That's right. You can see me, and you can see me win twice tonight. That's right, Bill.
Is that money in my bank account
It
already?
is. The transfer went through. Yeah, as of 5 minutes ago.
The check is in the mail?
It
for
should
the other
be.
half?
Yeah, for the other half. Yeah.
All right. I will check my bank account.
German money, though.
He paid in German money? Oy
That's
vey.
right. Here, Drew, here you go. Sorry to bounce in. I'm going to go sell more shirts, okay? Unlike Sean Vincent, who doesn't even have merch, dude, but he's going to beat me. Right.
We'll see you at the matches.
It's not even going to be close, Drew. Sorry, let me get that back. Thank you, Bill. Appreciate it.
Boy, it got hot here real.
My goodness. I will just warn Mr. Apter.
Holy
This guy bounces checks left and right.
That's not even true. Not even once.
I have one thing that we need to videotape.
Okay, yeah. Go right there.
No, I need you in there.
Oh, you.
Yeah.
Let's go right here. Get up.
Okay, I'm getting up. I don't care. Don't get up. It's getting.
Welcome to the Big Nasty Show, everybody.
Yeah, you got it. All right, well, right here's the hard cam, Bill. Let's get right there.
I better double my viewership, Glenn.
See, he said the money has been transferred. I happen to know that it hasn't because I don't have a bank account.
Come here, you. Come on, Bill. All right.
You transferred the money?
Okay, well, you said all right.
Can somebody come get Bill Apter? He's breaking everything.
All right. Goodness gracious.
Glenn's still winning tonight. I don't care what anyone says. Glenn. Yeah, we need a lawyer.
Yeah, he does.
We need a lawyer.
I'm here. I'm Big Nasty's lawyer.
Go there, Mr. Ambulance.
They don't need an oil tycoon.
Go chase it. Go chase
Come on in. Now we got some good heel sticking now. So
Look. Yeah, hold on. Hold on, guys. Hold on a second.
Wait a minute.
Hold on.
We got to get up.
Yeah, you got to get up.
Somebody's going to put you old school ECW style.
All hell. One of the great forerunners of this industry and an idol of mine as the managerial.
Are we live?
Yes, we are live, sir.
Oh, hell yeah.
all you guys that didn't come to this big fan fest in St. Louis missed a hell of a 2-day run. What a great time. St. Louis is badass. Love this place.
And SICW is the only place to be around here.
Yeah,
well,
thanks
if
for
it was
having-
run by you, if Herb, not so much.
Yeah, Herb, but
Herb's
Lucky
my
P.
boy.
Larson Esquire does basically run SICW.
And that's what makes it great.
Absolutely. See, this is why there is hope for the world. There are still people with a modicum of intelligence and teeth, unlike most of the fans around here.
Some of them don't have teeth. I mean,
Most of them don't
I
have
was gonna
teeth.
Say.
That's the problem. That's why they don't appreciate someone with my talents and abilities, because they really have no idea what's going on. As the great Captain Lou would say, you put their brain in a pigeon, he'd fly backwards.
So is it just me, or is he shoveling a lot of stuff right there, Bill?
Well, people talk a lot. You know what I mean? The manager, just like me, Daddy, he's gotten his ass whipped by Jerry Lawler. Everybody's kicked his ass. And we
That's
love
true.
it.
Half the people in that room right there have beaten me up or wormed me.
Well, do we even have to guess who that one was, or just
No, probably not. No. In fact, Cowboy Bob Orton is in there. He hit me with his cast. Rock and Roll Express have both knocked me out in tandem. Rikishi hit me with a steel chair once.
No stink face?
No, actually, he had Brian Christopher do that to me that night.
Ooh.
Wow.
Anyway, boys, hey, thanks for having me on. I just want to give a big shout out to all the people watching this podcast.
All
live,
hail.
Daddy. We're live in St. Louis. Wish you were here with us.
The great Bill Alfonso. All hail.
I'd blow my whistle, but they said I couldn't.
Oh, you can blow your whistle out here. We had people screaming and everything. So,
Thanks, brother. Bill's been on our show twice.
And as I have now twice. Last Fan Fest and now.
Oh, yes.
That's the highlight of the year for this podcast. Is having Lucky P. Larson Esquire on it.
You were on another show, too. I mean,
I've been on
another
several
one of ours.
podcasts.
Yeah. So,
I know it's hard to believe, but I don't mind talking about wrestling.
So where's your focus tonight on tonight's card? Obviously, you're the world title pick. Well, the heavyweight title picture is not at stake, I don't believe.
Well, it's not at stake for the man that should rightfully have it, which of course is the walking Mountain Kowalski, because that thief Bobby D used a steel chain, a tire iron, a briefcase, ether, a knife, a gun, a bazooka, a bomb, some dynamite, a steel chair, all of that just to keep Kowalski down for 3 seconds. He should be ashamed of himself.
That was just one match?
Yes, all in one match. And the referee stood there and watched it and let it happen. And Herb Simmons did nothing about it. I filed an appeal, but no. It's all anti-Lucky P. I'm telling you.
Oh, my goodness. Well, so, I mean, as far as Kowalski is concerned, I mean, I don't know if he's gotten another shot at the title yet.
He hasn't. They're afraid because they know now if he gets his hands on Bobby D, he's going to rip his head off and crap down his neck. He'll rip his arms off and beat him in the head like drumsticks. You'll never see Bobby D again. Bobby D will be Bobby X.
Well, no,
that was graphic to hear, wasn't it?
Yeah, I know. That was a little graphic.
I tempered my language. I said crap.
Yeah, a little bit.
Although I guess using the words Bobby D a few times is traumatic to people. I understand that.
No, yeah, it is. I mean, that's more crap than anything. So
absolutely.
So,
I'm telling you.
What part of the evening that are you investing in on the card? Like, where you got your money at right now?
I do have something that I will be doing on this show, and you'll have to watch and find out. Just remember, I have been saying something for the last couple of years, and nobody believed me. Well, tonight you're going to see that I always tell the truth.
Well, no, the one thing he's going to do, and I'm going to spoil it. Spoiler alert, he's going to win.
Hey, I've won 45 championships thus far and counting.
That's true.
And it's going to be more. He's actually entering the Battle Royal. He's going to win it.
I have actually won 2 prior Battle Royals, believe it or not.
Hey,
he's cost a lot of money.
Hey, I mean, if he's won a hardcore championship, then I'll believe anything.
And an intergender championship, too.
Yeah.
I do manage James Ellsworth a lot, speaking of intergender championships.
People walking up to her and say, yeah, what a lucky girl.
But
Don't quit your day job, Ruby.
Yeah, maybe you should start a wrestling podcast.
You know what? Maybe you should get him to, have your back. because you don't seem to do good on your own.
My back for what? My
I
back.
think he's suggesting managerial representation.
Yes.
Oh,
Clean out your ears.
I didn't want to use big words for you. I know it's kind of hard.
See, speaking of people who will soon be managed by Lucky P. Larson, there goes Joe Vanetti.
Look at that head turn. Just like, what?
Well, you know what? Lucky Larson Esquire generally gets what he wants. Sometimes it may take a little longer than other times, but don't count me out, ever. This is wrestling. Anything can happen. I leave you with that.
All right. Let me see if he's. We see Gerald Briscoe walking by here again with us here, and
Get up,
yeah, because
this is me and Austin's year now.
Yeah, this is you and Mr. Cage doing this year. And Gerald Briscoe has been with us with every FanFest here as well, a legendary name, and like I said, one of the great legendary names in the NWA. So let you guys take away here because these are the two new guy and one of the original guys. So these guys,
the one that kept missing it every year.
Yeah. So you guys got it.
No, after you, Austin. Because the first thing I'm going to ask him about is kid, how's Wes doing?
Oh, okay. I was say, Mr. Briscoe, I was talking just a second ago. We actually met a couple weeks ago in Indianapolis, and I had to ask about your stories with John Layfield, and you told me the story, or he told me the story about the Oklahoma sign, and you said that you basically put him into a hold and made him say, "Tap out, you Texas pussy." That was probably the funniest story I've heard you guys say, because I listen to y'all's podcast a lot while I'm at work. So if you used to have a moment with John Layfield, what was your favorite moment with him?
Well, number one, you're dealing with a Texan. Anytime you got to deal with a Texan, and there's a lot of good people in Texas, but John Layfield is not one of them. But he's a pain in my butt all the time. I got to carry him. I've been carrying him for 5 years now on a podcast. Stories with Briscoe and Bradshaw. Anywhere you get your podcast, you can pick us up there. We have a lot of fun. Nothing's off limits with us. We kid each other all the time. He talks about Oklahoma, and I talk about Texas. And but really, what happened is him and Ron Simmons were riding around, coming into Oklahoma. They saw my hometown sign, so they took a whiz on it. Of course, they took a picture of it, and so they thought they would be smart asses, and they come to the TV production. They go to catering where everybody goes, and they put this picture back in a Polaroid picture back in those days. We had what they call cameras.
Mm-hmm.
And the cameras, they took a picture, and a Polaroid, it was instant. You got your picture right away. You didn't have to print out anything. It just sped out from the damn camera. Amazing thing that they used to do back in my day. But anyway, he was being a smart ass. He hung it on there. He didn't know there was going to be some Oklahoma legend in town that day. Danny Hodge and my brother Jack Briscoe walk in. Two of the toughest SOBs in the world that you don't want to mess with. Even Texans are smart. Most Texans are smart enough, but not Layfield again. Are smart enough to know you don't mess with Hodge or Briscoe. So they're laughing, having a good time. All of a sudden, John looks up. He is bright enough. When he looked up, he saw Danny Hodge. He knew he was in trouble. Everybody's laughing at the picture. Danny goes over. My brother goes over, looks at the picture. They're not laughing. And then, of course, nobody wants to throw John Layfield under a bus, right? Nobody. It's like the old Pat Patterson joke. John, guess who told me to tell you hello? I don't know who. Nobody. Old Pat Patterson joke. But anyway, Danny said, who's responsible for that? Of course, everybody pushes Layfield out front. Danny goes over and puts one of those Danny Hyde grips on him.
Oh.
Brings him to his damn knees. And my brother's encouraging. Because my brother had encountered Layfield during the Hall of Fame when he introduced us, and of course downgraded the state of Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was encouraging Danny to put extra pressure on him. Layfield had tears in his eyes, and needless to say, that picture came down right away.
That's great. So with that going on, do you guys just do do it online, or do you guys do any traveling together for doing your shows?
Well, we haven't. A lot of people have talked to us about taking the show on the road, and we're considering it. we're novices in this thing. We're old wrestlers. We're not professionals. We just have a good time. We started the damn podcast during COVID, as a lot of people did, just to entertain ourselves mostly and put a smile on people's faces. So, we're all miserable. The old wrestlers say, I hate people. I hate people. I hate being around people. But when you're forced not to be around people, you realize how much you miss those people and how much you want to be around them. So that gave us the vehicle to reach people and say, hey, everything's going to be okay. We're good Americans here. We're all going to band together. We're going to beat this thing, and we did. And we're going to come out of this thing a stronger nation, which we did.
That's good. You?
So you were telling like the story with JBL and everything, but do you have any other like interesting you can tell like any kind of good road stories that's happened over the years?
Any type of what story?
A road story
We're
that won't get anybody in trouble now.
Well, when you mention that caveat, that kind of eliminates 99% of your wrestling stories. But yeah, John and I are always on each other. I mean, it's just that natural Texas Oklahoma thing. We hate Texans and they hate Okies, and we don't mind that, and we encourage that hate because we're a superior state and we can rise above the hate. They can't. They're still sinking down and down for the South. But we're over in Europe. And, when you're in Europe, you do these long-ass tours, long bus rides. So we did this long bus ride. I can't remember the cities. But by the time we got to our hotel that night, John and I had a disagreement. Well, how do you handle a disagreement when you're in Germany? You go out in a parking lot and you start wrestling. And in an asphalt parking lot. So we're out there in the parking lot. We're going at it. The next morning, we get up. I go to the bus. I'm in charge. So I go to the bus. I'm early. I'm watching everybody. And I look down at my knees and my elbows. They're all scraped up. I was so inebriated that night that I didn't remember any of this stuff. So here comes John and sits down the bus. I look at his face. He's all bruised up. He's in worse shape than I am, of course, because he's a Texan. He's a hell of a lugger. And so he's a Texan. So he got any shoes for it. And so finally the Undertaker comes in and he sees John and I sitting together. And the Undertaker looks at, you guys finally quit makeup. You guys wrestled all night long in that damn parking lot out there. Both of you were bleeding. You guys were just laughing, having a good time. Well, that's how we got all started up. So, yeah, that's my Layfield story.
So I know Wes has been going strong. How's he doing right now with everything with wrestling?
Wes is doing good. Last year, about 6 months ago, he was wrestling a match and he got kicked in the jaw, broke his jaw. He finished that match. Not only did he finish that match, he had to come back for a tag match later on in the evening. Had that match, finished the match, then got on an airplane, flew back to Orlando, his home, and the next night took his lovely girlfriend to a Luke Bryan concert and had a great time. The next day he was supposed to come over to Tampa to see me and go to the dentist. He went to the dentist office. The dentist took an x-ray. Wes, your jaw's broken. I can't operate. I can't do any dental work on it until you get that. You need to go to the emergency room right now and get that thing locked out on you. So he came home. I took him to the emergency room. He had all types of medical procedures done on him. His mouth wired shut for 2 months. Nothing but liquids. And this is a kid that takes a lot of pride in working out, as you can see with his body, unlike his dad and unlike his friend Don Layfield. So he's drinking liquid. He actually lost 65 pounds, and he's not a super heavyweight. He's a light heavyweight. Yeah. I've never seen him so depressed in all my life as when he's losing all that. Well, it wasn't so much his mouth being wired shut, but the diet that he had was all liquid diet. Like I said, he lost over 60 pounds. But he's now healthy. He's working out every day. He's got his jaw unwired, of course, and he's eating right. So he's starting to gain the weight back, but I don't think he can gain all that weight back.
But he did prove that the Oklahoma DNA is a lot stronger than the Texan DNA.
Oh, that's scientifically proven. I mean, we got scientists in the state of Oklahoma that prove that on a daily basis. Those people down in Texas, they're lucky if they get through the third grade, so they can't prove anything scientifically. Not all of you, not a lot. Most
Yeah,
of you.
I was gonna
most
say
of
I'm
you are
gonna
good
hide
people
my
down
my
there.
Texas photos over here.
Most of them are good people down there. Don't get me wrong. I love Texans, the good ones, but there ain't many of them. It
Here-
don't take long to call a roll, as they say.
Here's one I got to ask about because it
Oh,
was
yeah.
one of the funniest stories. I think it was you and Bruce Pritchard tried to wrestle Kurt Angle. Was it you and Bruce that tried to do that?
Yeah, that Kurt Angle, he ran from us. He ran and hid. They're going to let me go medalist, running and hiding from a fat Texan, Bruce Pritchard, who's grossly overweight, and couldn't hold his own in a battle, and especially inebriated because those Texans cannot hold their liquor. Now, me, I'm a different story. I can hold my liquor. I don't drink as much as Bruce Pritchard. You never want to get in a chugging contest with Bruce Pritchard. That's one thing I will give him. We're out somewhere in the middle of nowhere. I think it was called Texas. And we're drinking. And this guy comes up, hey, I think I want to get in a drinking contest. I see you guys drinking pretty good. I elbow Bruce. Bruce says, this is your chance. So Bruce takes him up the challenge. Bruce, they line up about 10 draft beers. There's only, 8, 12 ounces in a draft tall boy. And Bruce, boom, 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 boom. He got down about 8 of them before that guy even got one, and the guy just turned and walked away. I can't compete against you. So that's one thing that Bruce Pritchard can do. Unlike that Layfield, he can hold his liquor. But Bruce, what was I going to tell you about Bruce besides
It was Kurt, like you and him.
yeah,
Kurt Angle.
so we were doing the angle, the headgear. We had headgears. And we put those headgears on, and once again, we bump into Layfield walking down the halls, and to hear Layfield say we're both walking sideways. I don't know why, but I guess that alcohol had something. What are you guys doing? Well, we're looking for Kurt Angle. Why in the hell you want to find Kurt Angle at 2 o'clock in the morning? We want to beat him up. We want to take his ass down. So Kurt, we didn't know Kurt was we're 2 rooms down. He was waiting on somebody to come to his room, a buddy is, so they could go out and have the late night dinner. So he heard it. He went over and slammed the door shut, put the chain lock on. I just showed you what kind of how scared he was of me and Brewster. We're going to find him. We're going to take that Olympic champion down. We're going to make him find out how tough he really is. For Bruce's sake, I'm glad we didn't find him.
That's great.
So, Mr. Briscoe, we're here honoring the legacy of professional wrestling and wrestling at the chase and all that stuff. Who are some of the guys and gals of today's wrestling that you are impressed with carrying on legacies in professional wrestling?
Pat O'Connor.
That's a good one.
Yeah, one of the greatest of all time. New Zealand, even better than Tony Gurria. Pat was really good. Are you talking about modern day?
I'm talking about modern day, my friend. Like, who are some of the guys that you are?
Luthez. You know what? I got to tell you.
Dude, actually, I'd love to see Luther.
I am the biggest damn fan in the world for Randy Orton. St. Louis's own Randy Orton. I love Randy Orton. I think
Speaking of the
devil, right there's his daddy. Now, I beat him up a few times. Every Orton in the business has beat my ass except maybe Cowboy. But once he put that cowboy hat on, he started beating me up for some reason. I guess that cowboy hat gave. But his son, somehow, his son has turned out to be the greatest worker, I think, in the history of our business. I every time he comes on TV, I love watching him. He makes everything look so easy, but it looks so devastating on what he does. I think he is the greatest performer in WWE history.
I actually, from a fan perspective, that's always been my guy. Like, that's out of
Mine too.
the ruthless aggression era of professional wrestling. Randy was the dude for me. Randy was
from the very beginning. This guy,
Randy days were
he was never a rookie. I mean, you look back at his career, he never looked like a rookie to me.
You know, actually, when he first came into the scene, when up on WWE, even stuff that he was doing down in OVW down there, where Brandon Brennan now is cutting his teeth even more. They were killing it down there, him and Cena, unfortunately.
You know what it is? It's timing and confidence. And Randy, of course, is very confident. He got that from his grandfather, Bob Senior, not from Junior. But he got that confidence from Bob Senior, who I had the privilege when I was a rookie, being married to him. That means you're working with him every night up and down the road for months upon a time. When I first started, and I couldn't ask for any better mentor. than Bob Orton Sr. So I love the Orton family. I've known them forever. I know Bobby's sister. I know his mother, and Bobby Jr.'s wife and my wife are very best friends. They still communicate today. Always threatened Barry and Cody Rhodes because my wife was friends with both of them moms. So, when you're in their business, you exchange Christmas cards. And, of course, you get sent family pictures up. I got pictures of both Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton, both back in the days when they're pooping in their diapers. So if you guys ever give me any grief and don't do what I ask you to do, I'm going to publish each and every one of those damn pictures and embarrass the hell out of them.
Why do I now want to see them be misbehaving and you're just on Twitter dropping an old baby picture?
So that pays off.
Well, it's great to see Randy and all those guys coming through the St. Louis area, still keeping that heritage alive on the main stage, while we keep it alive here in the indie scene with SICW and the FanFest this evening. Do you think any of Orton's kiddos will jump in to the ring circle and
Well, I certainly hope so. I hope they keep the legacy going, because what a great legacy. People talk about different legacies in different sports and anything. But I dare them to go back and research them. Bob Orton Sr. was probably one of the greatest heels of all time. He caused riots everywhere he performed. He was so good and so smooth in his ring and so believable. He passed that along to Bobby Jr. and Bobby Jr. Of course, we all remember his, especially the age part of it. And then Barry coming. Like I said, I'm a Barry Orton, Randy Orton fan. Barry Orton, the brother.
Yeah.
Let's don't forget him. He was pretty damn salty himself before injuries started cutting his career short. But Randy to this day, like I said, and I swear by it, anybody that ever asked who's your favorite modern day wrestler, it's Randy Orton, without a doubt.
I can't argue with you.
And we're talking about traditions. Herb Simmons. You hear him in the background. Herbie was around when Abraham Lincoln had his match against Stephen Douglas, the great debater. Herb put that match on. I think it was even pre-Kill Auditorium. Herbie put that on, and he killed around 66 years now.
It was pre-backyard.
Yeah, and he put up a fence rope and then a garden hose. And they go, all right, guys. And he had 250,000 people show up for it. So
amazing.
We love Jerry Briscoe.
Yeah, thank you. So that's right. That's kind of my St. Louis background. I love St. Louis. I've been coming here since I was a puppy. St. Louis is one of those places that was a bucket list for young professional wrestlers.
100%.
I mean, you can talk to anybody my age. Where do you want to be booked back in those days? I want to be booked in St. Louis or Houston or Tampa, Florida, or Atlanta, Georgia, or Greensboro, North Carolina. Those were your bucket list towns that you wanted to work in. And unfortunately, I would call back here by the great Sam Mutsick many times to perform here at the Kill and at the old Checker Dome. Well, thank goodness they tore that damn place down before it fell down.
Well, then to keep that St. Louis tradition alive, you coming back here, I say we do FanFest 4, and then we do you and JBL at the Fox Theater with the podcast doing the first live show.
Book it, Harvey. Book it, Harvey. All right, guys, thanks so much for having me on here. I'm happy to share St. Louis stories and especially Orton stories with my friends here. So thanks a lot for having me on.
We appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
That's fine.
Thank you.
As we reset here, the great legend Gerald Briscoe, one of the many legends today at FanFest 3 that you come down and meet right now. So we're not closed yet. It's 2 o'clock. We're going until 5. Come on in. Ish. Yeah. Let's say 4:30. Be here by 4. Be here now. Come on down to FanFest 3. Get your tickets. Enjoy some great content. Look, I got an awesome Kamala.
We already promoted that.
I'm gonna do it again. It's called Going Back, my guy.
I touched your toys. Excuse me.
Oh, you touched my toys?
Hey now.
my beautiful quiche signed Sultan.
The Devon Dudley.
Look, Amy. He didn't even call you beauty first. He didn't even call you beautiful first.
That's the best.
He said the toy first.
What are you talking about?
Look,
Stop trying to get me in trouble.
Look, see, she walked away. I love you, Amy. Don't worry.
You are terrible. Come on down to FanFest 3 and have some fun with us.
You know how bad you insulted her if she's leaving with Alan.
That's terrible.
Damn. So did you enjoy your time, Joe, sir, with Mr. Gerald Briscoe?
Oh, that was great. Basically, with JBL. Talking about JBL, ain't nothing beating those stories.
A lot.
About how Texans can't hold their liquor.
I agree with him. Texans suck. Not JBL. I like JBL.
There's only one true legend that can hold his alcohol, and that's Taker.
That's true.
That's fact.
That's fact.
Make sure your mic's on, brother. I'm getting something else.
My mic was on.
Well, it was.
now
it's
back.
tense. Now it's on. Now we can focus.
So you're 2 for 2 on shutting off mics today.
It's whatever, dude.
Yeah.
Life goes on. We're here to have fun at FanFest 3. What?
Life goes on, and so do we.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So that's the $15 chickens.
Well, I had the pretzel and I had the chicken strips, and they might have been sitting there for a while, so they might have, they've gotten maybe a little bit more solid than I cared for, but it's good,
dude.
It's all right. For somebody who hasn't eaten all day, I'm gonna take it.
They had loaded tater tots in the restaurant. Oh, so good.
Gosh, are marinated in gravy,
bro. Don't even. Those things were amazing. I had one.
Hey, Texan, he was over here making fun of Texas people.
Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
No.
Gerald Briscoe basically said the Texans are dumber than a box of rocks.
What do you want? We don't want to say the phrase.
Gerald Briscoe said that. See? And then,
wow.
And then,
wow.
Try to get me in trouble. I wasn't saying nothing.
I'm trying
I
to
said
get you
the
hit.
state.
Wait a minute.
Not the person.
This is the year that Austin should get hit by somebody.
No,
it's not like I
it's
said.
you get beat up.
Where's Attila Khan at? I mean,
he's being nice.
Here's the difference between me and you. I've probably taken a lot more shots than you think, so it's not like I'm going to die.
Telecount. He's in there trying to make money. He ain't got time to come out here and hit your ass again. No.
It's authentic. That's an authentic sticker. It's an authentic sticker. So authentically done by Rikishi.
But it's. Oh, did he put that on there?
Yeah, they did that.
Oh, wow. Okay. I was like, why do they have, if they're selling the Sultan, why are they putting quiches on?
And then
I know.
I got to go get that sticky spray stuff to spray on top of it now.
Hey, moron.
Hey.
You're
You
terrible.
just about called about 10 people over in this direction. So, I mean, what?
But he's literally the only person I'll call a moron, and he'll call me a putz. I know you've seen Grumpy Old Men.
Hello, sir.
Hey, they're
Peyton
really-
Ayers in the building.
You've seen Grumpy Old Men.
Speaking of Attila.
Hold on.
Let's not speak of Attila.
He was talking about you, the one in the hat.
Even though I don't know you.
I didn't
But
say
yeah.
anything.
Ruby, move.
I'm
Move.
getting the hell
They're trying
out
to
of
set me
here.
up for failure, but it's all right.
I love it. Attila once again being a nice gentleman here on Falls Canada, where you just lay down for a minute. You're just
Now,
relax.
with me off camera, I have to ask, does that make him want to come out of retirement or stay in retirement?
Are you good?
He's out for the count for a minute. Somebody give him CPR.
He's hurt. Attila being the nice guy that he always is. You know he just went to Japan.
As long as it ain't GQ giving me mouth to mouth, I'm good. Anybody.
Somebody give this man.
It'll be ATM.
Mr. Attila just
Exactly's breath.
He's down. Somebody get this man some gin.
Give me a shot.
Attila just did a run in Japan. Just went there. Taking the SICW legacy overseas.
And not to mention with Madman Pondo of all things.
Of all
too.
people.
So
Dude, they left it
Is it
ravaged.
just me or Austin seemed like he's out of it?
Yeah, he looks like he's had a couple trees. I've had to pick the weight up this weekend.
Yeah. I'm sorry, guys.
You look like a big ass tree stub.
You guys are just. Hey, did you get those from QFC?
No, they're not from. If they're from QFC, they'd probably be even worse. I probably had to. I'll probably be taking off a tooth with me if I had to do something for.
But it'll be
QFC.
tasty gravy with it.
I don't want to know about QFC's tasty gravy, bro. That's a little nasty.
It probably smelled great, and you're about to take a bite into it. Then.
Yeah, if their gravy crunches, there's something wrong with that. Never mind me, folks. I'm so sorry. That might have dropped a couple.
You're dropping crumbs there. Just do this. Just do this, Ruby.
Well, there's
Ruby.
Brush Wow.
Oh, hold on. No, save one for later.
We're being immature. I mean, I do have a baby Kamala looking at me.
I hate you. I seriously hate you guys.
No, you don't.
Oh, shit.
I mean, where else can we have legends like the Rock and Roll Express trying to bring back rock and roll in another way?
I can't wait to go back and watch today's show because traveling around, meeting people, getting to explore. Been trying to cut videos for the Tic Tac world. But you guys, you really donned the shirt for Rock and Roll Express.
Yeah.
How does it feel to have your stepdad finally accept you?
Yeah, I mean,
with no child support.
I mean, he didn't have to bring back the milk or nothing. He just It's like you better put the shirt on, boy. I'm like, yes, sir.
Boy. Here's the thing. That's a GQ bucket list thing. You just gave GQ the biggest gift of all time.
GQ just put down the mic and walk away.
To finally do that, Ruby, you're a good sport. Thank you again, Ruby, for allowing us to do this, bring this here. We always jump on board with FanFest when SICW says it's coming around the corner. But if it wasn't for you, it wasn't for GQ, Austin and I wouldn't be able to just sit here and hang out, visit, explore, meet the guys that we loved from the past as we get to watch you guys get to do the same thing. So thank you for this. Pay respect where respect's due.
And we're coming up on number 200 too.
Yeah, we're getting close to number 200. Yeah,
what number are we at right now? What's going to be tomorrow?
Well, tomorrow's officially 194.
Yeah,
I believe.
194, I think.
Does that count today though?
Doesn't count today.
Does not count today.
We have done specials that we've not counted.
Yeah, it's not an official episode, bro.
That's why I was noticing how
this
y'all
is a
counted.
special feature. You're getting extras. This is the rawest of raw. And really, it's been no hiccups. Like a couple.
Ruby was live TV.
Ruby was freaking out earlier with the camera, but we won't talk about that. I just did, but
I do not recommend doing a different camera on a remote location with OBS Studio. You guys are the devil, and I will not use you on location again.
That damn devil. That damn devil.
Bobby Boucher, you and that damn OBS. That damn foosball.
I like Vicky. She likes me back. You were terrible.
I know, definitely. I'm going to try to be available for tomorrow night.
You're not going to try. You're going to.
Well, just eat your
Yeah,
happy
we're
meal
194 tomorrow. 194. The recap of SICW and the great gifts that we found and gathered, our experiences.
Right. Well, like I said, it's 194 tomorrow. Recapping, and also don't forget about we got a big weekend coming up next weekend. Now it's just starts with our shows, but WWE's going to be busy. Saturday night's main event, the NXT Battleground on Sunday. Man,
packed.
Makes me wonder if we're going to see a new NXT Women's Champion. So, I mean, anything could happen. I
really kind of want to go over there and get another one of those Real American beers. They're actually really good.
Yeah, they're not bad. The guy who promotes them's a jackass, but
no.
I had to double take. That guy almost looked like Ethan Page for a minute. And I was like, what the hell?
Would have been cool.
That would have been cool.
All ego.
Oh, there you go.
That's what we need.
all day.
With the egotistical beer, real American beer. No.
It's been a great event here. We got other podcast Rebels by Design. Am I say that right?
Rebels by the
I'm trying. My bad, gentlemen. Come on over here real quick.
Come on down.
Swing on down. Let's promote you out too, my guy.
I was like, grab the sign. There you go.
Oh, no, I got to get up again.
Rebels by Design.
Come on, sit down. Give us a little. Oh, that's a really cool. Yeah.
QR code on the back. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Camera's not there. My bad.
Somewhere. That's got a shirt too version.
That's the QR code flipping around for the front because it's not coming into focus. There we go. Rebels.
Good luck trying to scan down the camera like that.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. How are you?
No, it's on.
Okay, good.
You got to speak into it.
So anyway,
what are you guys focusing on? Because like we focus on the local area, maintaining the respect and how the workers are doing in the local areas. What is your guys' design in your podcast?
Well, I started back in October of last year, so we are fairly new. I just do general conversations about any wrestling at all. I do interview with different people involved in wrestling, whether you're an announcer, a promoter, a referee, a wrestler, whatever your job is. I don't care what you do in wrestling. I want to talk to you, have a conversation. I don't care if you're the sound guy. I talk to you.
Nice.
So, I try to promote all the elements of wrestling that makes the show work. You know what I mean?
What got you into it, and what brought you into the whole podcast game? Like, what did you?
I am a fan.
Just the love for the game.
Love for the game.
Okay.
Grew up with it all my life. I could go way back how long I've been watching it since I can remember it.
Who are some of your go-to wrestlers? Current, old, in here?
Oh, where do I begin? Well, I kind of people always say, who's your favorite wrestler, right? They always ask that question, right? I can never give them one answer.
Same.
I am doing to a point where I have a list of male and female. So for the male side of things, I always say Roddy Piper is my go-to. So Roddy Piper has always been my go-to for the male side of things. Lita for the female side.
I can respect both of those. Piper's a big inspiration in my days on like how I watched it as a fan and then now even working in the industry.
Absolutely.
Who are some of your current guys then?
That's a hard one to answer because I'm more in the local in the local independent circuit more than I do mainstream.
No big with that. Yeah.
The Hex, Marty
Nice.
Bell.
Yes.
She was here about a month and a half ago for St. Louis Anarchy.
Okay.
Sweetheart. I mean, I know she probably don't want me to hear me say that because she plays the heel all the time, but they're one of my favorites. I got to know both of them very well. Her and Allison Kay.
Mm-hmm.
I've been to a lot of the NWA shows when they were here, and met a lot of the talent from here. The Rock and Roll Express became people I got really familiar with because they're in the other room right now. As a matter of fact,
nice.
Mainstream guys is kind of like I like the old school style more. So the guys who work that style more have become one of my favorites.
So like a Gunther.
Yes.
Big time Gunther fan.
Big time Gunther guy. Like Kurt Angle was a guy. Brian Danielson, who retired last year, was a guy. Or Daniel Bryan.
Yep.
WUA, whatever, call what you will.
It's Brian Danielson.
Yeah.
I'm happy we get to call him his proper name now.
Me too.
So I understand that one. You got any questions? Like I'm trying to think of questions.
I was thinking of one too, but I don't want you would ask him before I did there.
Well, I'm like a catalog, just
Is
trying
that
to
like
figure.
a great name, think of life thing?
What?
Is that like a great mind thinks alike thing?
Yeah, man. When it comes to wrestling, I feel like I'm always in go mode of like just how much I think about it and how much it comes to my mind. Because there's not a time in the day I'm not watching wrestling, talking wrestling. I don't care if I'm sitting down playing video games or my son just came home from school and we're doing homework and then he's like, yeah, but what if this happens tonight on Raw or something? Or what if like Brandon Beretta does this at OVW, or now Chris Exodus, who I get to work directly with, is there wrestling. So like that's a chum of mine. That's from my batch of people, you know?
Absolutely.
So we're always throwing back ideas, kicking back things. you're either in it or you love it, or you're dead. Right. Wrestling is the lifeblood for me.
And it's one of those things like, you know, what's the name of my podcast? I always feel like wrestling world is a bunch of rebels.
Oh
You
yeah.
know? And his name of the podcast is actually kind of named after kind of a rename of a version of one of Lita's shirts.
I see your love for Lita now because of the eyes, actually.
Yeah, well,
I get it.
Well, she was probably one of the biggest inspirations why I do a podcast in the first place, because during the pandemic, she was on Twitch.
Right.
And she gave me kind of, you know, I talked to her through Twitch on a Zoom call the first time, and then she kind of helped me, like, break the confidence, if you will, get in front of a mic and start talking about my passion, you know, which is wrestling. And so I started doing Twitch for a while because of her, and then just kind of blossomed from there. And then when, you know what, why don't I go full in podcast mode and just do episode after episode and kind of keep a schedule.
That's
And now
awesome, dude.
Here I am.
Well, we hope you continue doing it.
I am.
Welcome to the podcast game.
Thank you
It's
very
a tough
much.
fight.
Yep.
Wish you the best, buddy.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
No problem. Thank you. Enjoy Rebel by Design Wrestling Podcast. Thank you for stopping. This is one of the great things. Like, we get to connect. We get to build relationships, promote good, positive influences here. Come on down. I'm still about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Rebels by Design. And then, no, the guy I was looking for here is KG Landry, who just started his show or podcast this past last year. It's called Ring the Damn Bell Podcast. Talked with him a little bit off the camera. I was kind of hoping maybe get him, but I can't seem to find him in there. I mean, he's tall.
Our boy Chris, he's part of
Oh yeah, that's right.
Chris.
Yeah,
Chris.
Yeah, let's promote some We Talk Wrestling here before we even think about.
I get a rub.
Yeah, you're right. You're wearing the freaking shirt.
I did because I'm still upset. My washer legitimately ate my False Count Everywhere shirt.
It ate it?
I no, not like literally. I can't find it.
Oh.
You know how you put 2 socks in and 1 came out? That's how I feel right now.
Well, Ruby, this is officially Chris.
This is Chris, our buddy from
Hi,
We
Chris.
Talk Wrestling and Austin Cage's good chum. From when we were from we were running the we see this is the part about wrestling I love, and I posted a picture because you posted. No, was it you that took a picture of this morning?
No, it was him.
you.
It
was me, and we posted like all 3 of us together. Us 3 did not know each other from Adam to Eve because we went to a Lucha Bros signing at Glory Pro.
Yep.
We built a friendship by talking trash about wrestlers, and we don't like the same wrestlers. But that's the fun part about it. You talk crap with your friends about wrestlers and stuff,
but we sure did have fun.
But it was a blast. It was a great time. People we didn't even know. That's what wrestling's about: is standing in line and meeting some random dude from Arkansas that's wanting to go to the same show, and you dislike this guy or you like this guy. So, Chris, it's finally great to have you on False Count Everywhere, part of We Talk Wrestling.
My pleasure.
What? I don't know what questions you want to ask him. You brought him in.
Well, I mean, you were talking.
What do you?
We can tell. I mean, we can tell a couple of the stories like we have from.
Talk about how Ricky, this Dragon Steamboat, said we're the best fans in attendance at a Glory Pro show. Legitimately happened.
So, like, he's making his speech and, like, holding dead and crowd side, but he stops what he's saying and says to us, "This is the best fans out of everybody." And he's like, "Oh, no, I ain't going to say all that. You're all good." I'm like, no, it's just us. Let's get this right here real quick. And then
any of you idiots sitting next to us, no, he was talking to us.
And then that one time, I can't remember what show. I mean, it was a Glory Pro show, but what was it, the whole deodorant thing with that one guy? I tell this guy, I was like, you need to purchase deodorant before you get to the tickets. Because you're killing us right now.
Yeah. Yeah, that was bad. Sometimes the fans are the worst part of wrestling.
Yeah.
Smuggle later, bro.
Skylar, were you at the NXT show with me in Evansville when Kenta gave me the stink eye?
Yes.
When I started chanting CM Punk after Punk left WWE?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He stood up and looked off just like this. Just pointed down at us.
Kenta looked at me and did the throat slashing sign. I'm like, Yeah. I know what triggers you, sir.
What is that one little short dude's name? Real short that he always used to wrestle like Glory Pro. What was that dude's name? He was real short.
Paco?
Is that his name? Yeah.
Or
he's kind of.
Oh no! You're talking about. You're talking about
Anyways,
yeah, I know who.
So
you're
it was a handicap match. We started getting 2.5 men.
Yeah, and we got in trouble for that one. David Otunga got mad at me at a WWE event once for saying I love New York because he was on I Love New York.
You were talking about the city of New York.
No,
I know.
Oh, okay.
No, and that's not what he said. What he actually said
He
is
said Hall of Fame is going on at 5:00.
Yeah, no. 5 p.m. is when the Hall of Fame induction ceremony will be starting.
I listened.
Yeah, so it's 5 p.m. is when the Hall of Fame induction ceremony will be starting. So.
We were nerding out because fandism.
It's been great though, because like we used to come all the time, and then we had to stop. It's always been great. It's always been great for us to hang out.
It's been a while, hasn't it? It's only been 10 minutes ago.
Hey, shut up.
We met. That's when the one called Manders there. That's one of our dudes.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then of course Rohit. We all love Rohit Raju.
Yes.
Rohit is our guy. That is. Yeah, Rohit all day.
Yeah.
Of course, Ethan came out of Glory. Well, he came out of other things too, but went through Glory.
Yeah.
Ethan,
section.
Ethan came out of Glory. He was Glory before. Ethan was great.
Oh my God, he was almost glorious before Glorious was glorious.
Was he more glorious than Bobby Roode?
I don't know.
Yes, I was just thinking. I
Was he
don't
more
think that was
glorious than Bobby
impossible.
Roode?
Why did I just all of a sudden want an Ethan Page, Bobby Roode tag team? I have no idea.
Gloriously ego.
Oh my God, it's beautiful.
Yeah, and I mean, I think
I love it.
Was it Bobby Roode that teamed with Ziggler at the time that they came out? That Ziggler adopted his stuff. And
It was beautiful.
That was nice. That was nice.
Showtime or whatever they were going. I can't remember what they were trying to go
Glorious
for.
show-offs or something like that.
Glorious show-offs.
Yeah, there you go.
Damn,
I'll take that. That was good. That was good stuff.
Bobby Roode was a part of some great tag teams. Beer Money tops the cake, but who can forget about the Dirty Heels?
I mean, we had a great tag team here today that's going into legit. Yeah, that's another great one. That tag teams. I love tag teams. Tag team wrestling is the best. I don't care what anyone says.
That's what got me into wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Tag team
is that
wrestling?
really? Tag team wrestling is what got you into wrestling?
Demolition.
See, I told you.
Demolition
Tag
was
team
the first
wrestling's
thing
awesome, dude.
I ever seen on
I never said
on
it
wrestling
was.
TV.
I know you didn't, but it's one of the lifebloods of professional wrestling. Is a good tag team unit.
My dad sat me down on the couch in late '87 and said, "Watch this." And Demolition was on TV. It's the first ever thing in professional wrestling that I've seen was Axe and Smash. I've always loved.
Is he showing his age?
He smashed.
I am old. Yes, I'll be 43 this year.
Yeah.
That's not that old.
He's talking smack over here.
I'm so
down
tired.
There. It's like he showed his age. Demolition.
Cold did this 25 years ago. I don't
Demolition '87 as a
For
kid.
me,
He
it was
showed
still
his
yesterday,
age.
bro. It really is too. I don't even think of it like that. When I think of old wrestling memories, I'm just like, that was yesterday. That happened.
It comes to me like that, and then my wife goes, "You can't remember to take the trash out." I'm like,
No, you
"Sorry,
don't understand
you're right."
though. You don't understand.
That's what makes Bree mad. It's like I can remember quotes to movies all day long.
Oh yeah, wrestling.
I'm like,
no one's gonna ever be like, "Oh, cream of the crop, brother." You're gonna be automatically you think Macho Man when you hear cream.
If this guy's in a wrestling debate with somebody and they're trying to figure out what year something happened, he'll go, "Chris, what year did this happen?" And I'll tell him the day, the month, and the year, and he'll be like, "Oh, okay."
That's crazy.
It's a hell of a lot easier to text him instead of trying to find it on Google.
He does it to me too. He'll be like, "Hey, do you know the information of this?" Or, "Hey, can you find this?" Because wrestling matches just come to me.
Yeah.
Legitimately, it doesn't matter if I'm on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook,
they're just right here.
X. It's just wrestling
They're just right
matches 24/7. I'm just watching match after match.
That's what I said. It's a hell of a lot easier.
So he'll text me and be like, "Hey, do you have this in your log?" Yeah, I do actually.
Let me find it.
It's funny.
That's why I built We Talk Wrestling right there. Is to unite fans and wrestling alike and the fanism and everybody. Because even you have it. You call me randomly now. You've gotten the itch back a little bit. You see the love and the storytelling again. in a lot of ways. And now we get to talk about and how we want to go about it and how what we hope to see out of it. What would we do?
Yeah, I mean, we play into things. We're far from dirt sheet ever because we're not going to get like, oh, we're going to give you your spoilers. Yeah, screw your spoilers.
Yeah, screw spoilers.
Yeah, they're overrated. Everybody's doing them, and you're trash for doing it. So try to think of something to develop your own story, develop where you see this is going. And for a guy who's been 29 plus years in the business, trust me, I can see where a lot of things are going. But when I don't call him, this guy's usually calling them right here. So.
Yeah, it's fun. I love it. I love being right. So one of my favorite moments of We Talk Wrestling, I don't know if you guys were part of it yet. So I called a Backlash pay-per-view, and I was 100% certain once. Like, this is how this card's going, right? I missed every match.
But that happens sometimes.
Devon! Yes!
Hey, Devon.
I got my sign right here.
But that happens sometimes.
But hey, it's one of my favorite things.
So you went like 0 for 6 or something like
Dude,
that.
it was that's when they were doing like 19 matches on a WWE card, even Backlash.
What irritates me is we'll be sitting there watching Raw, and my wife will go, "This is getting ready to happen," and it'll happen. I'll be like, "You've been watching wrestling 5 minutes, and you're already calling spots. Like, what are you doing?"
Hey, I can go 0 for 21 and all in Texas, and I could give a damn less because
Oh, this is great. I love it. That's what I love about sidearm booking.
Have they sold more than 10,000 seats yet?
Do what now?
Has All In Texas sold more than 10,000 seats yet? Last I looked,
I don't know.
I think they're.
That's why they had to move it to a domestic location because there's so much. I don't know.
Oh, are they not in the ballpark? Are they still? Are they not in the collective ballpark?
Well, technically they're in a ballpark. And it's probably like today's Pittsburgh Pirates attendance.
Well, the last I looked,
yeah. I guess
13.
Okay.
13,000.
There we go.
500 tickets for AEW All In Texas.
Is that what's sold or what's available?
That's what's sold.
It says it's what's
Oh,
sold.
boy.
Yeah.
It's what's sold?
Yep.
Wow. What are they doing? Oh, never mind. We be going into the Hall of Fame induction ceremony if we found out what was all wrong with AEW.
To me, and this is not me dogging them, they had to take a step back to go to smaller venues, which they should have done.
Yeah.
I think them trying to run this show in a big arena in the United States is a mistake.
Yeah.
I think they're finally
right now it is.
They're finally sitting their groove, in my opinion.
I think they need to stick to the bigger venues across the pond right now until they get their yes. They can sell Wembley Stadium out all they want. I mean, I would.
That's the thing is people go say they sell out Wembley Stadium. I was like, because they don't get that many wrestling venues like that. So of course they're going to sell more because they hardly get to see it. There's a big difference. Come back to America and then do it, and then say that.
That's what TNA was like. TNA ran small venues. They would go to England and sell out 30,000 seat arenas. There's nothing wrong with that.
You can book a squirrel monkey battle royal in London, England, and it will sell out.
Actually, if I could watch a squirrel and a monkey,
where Osprey's
I
from.
would probably watch that.
20 monkeys over the top rope.
Crying out loud. The internet was talking about one gorilla versus 100 men for like 3. Not you.
That's the silverback stock. That's silverback.
Although, would you be a gorilla? I think we should do that. We're
versus silverback gorilla.
Yeah, Herb. Yes, I'm in with this.
I would let you throw me.
We have the gorilla in house. Why are we not doing one versus one gorilla versus 100 men? Oh, yeah. I love you too. I'll hold that for later. I know I'm number one.
That's funny. That's great. No, I mean,
hi, Amy. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
You're welcome. If it upsets people, I don't care.
Be nice.
This is I mean, we're nice to a point.
Was it, dude? The loaded tater tot was amazing.
Things are falling over and our stuff's getting knocked over.
I go, there's Zach.
I have a laugh that's contagious.
Never mind. I'm not going to hear that.
Oh, wow. Why?
I'm not even.
GQ, you want your chair back?
No. Yeah, we're probably
We found a better replacement.
Hey, will you take
cheese? Pimento.
We take my little divan once again. He'll come down. Time's of the essence. Get your signatures. Get your merchandise. Come see all the venues or vendors. Why did I say venues? Well, it's one venue. My
I
bad.
don't know.
Say vendors. I'm sure somebody's hungry.
We always have a play on words or something, you know. It's like,
And all the legends are very hospitable.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
everybody's cool.
Couldn't be
It's been
nicer human beings.
It's been a
fun day.
It's been a dysfunctional family enjoyment, in my opinion.
Isn't that
Why?
what wrestling is? A dysfunctional family?
He has this problem with in IEW, this group called Dysfunction, ran by Brandon Espinoza, kind of holds the majority shares of the company and runs the. That's why he's the owner with no control.
he couldn't pawn them off
That
if he
doesn't make
wanted
sense.
to.
Yeah. That's what happens when you put your shares up for
Just fire.
grabs.
Just fire him.
He can't because they own the shares.
I told him I said he could put them all up for a
on.
Klondike bar. He probably did.
Come on, you
Scary
don't.
that Brandon runs a company.
He lost.
Well, you know.
We'll figure out
We'll figure
within
it
the
out.
coming months
Joe.
where that lays out. Okay. Okay, buddy.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
Talking about my best friend.
Oh man. Now I miss Big.
So I'm just kind of wondering, GQ, because like I said, we've been on here. We've been over 3 hours.
Yeah, we've been going.
We've been going. I just figured maybe GQ would want to do a sign off, but I don't know. That, you know, he'll float.
Let's take it home.
I just do that here. We'll just go ahead and do it here, and I just want to make sure we're ready to go because I want to do our little sign off song. And
What's our sign off? We have a sign off song.
I don't know what it. Background.
Am I usually that toasted that I don't realize we have a sign off song?
Are you toasted? Are
Are
when
you?
this goes on? I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just.
So Sunday night, kids are in bed.
Here. You forgot about this one? Are you talking about a bromancing story?
No, I'm just talking about how I'm usually posted at the time we do the live podcast every Sunday night, 9 p.m. Make sure you're there with us tomorrow night when we recap everything that happened here at FanFest for free. It hopefully will be a before.
That's right.
That's past my bedtime.
All right, I seriously want to thank Chris. Appreciate it. The Dirty Hill lost the kids from Indiana. Chris, and of course, Geeku, who floated out once again.
Yeah, he's trying to fight back.
He's trying to find somebody to beat up Brandon.
The fourth meal's come before 3:30, apparently. So,
From FanFest 3, SICW, a false count ever. We thank you guys so much. Love you. Love you.
we're out tomorrow night.
Yeah, at 9 p.m. You guys in. Big.